The following is a production of the River Sports Network.
Yeah, the stage is set. Yeah, the lights are on. Yeah, they have opened the doors to their house. Yeah, and we got a little situation in our hands. Because we're standing in their home. Now, this is what we must do.
Accept the responsibility that you have to protect this team and this school and this town. And make no mistake about it, gentlemen. We are in the business of protecting this town. I want you to put each other in your hearts forever. Because forever is about to happen here in just a few minutes.
Growing up, we watched Pell City High School Panther football games and would dream about the day we would wear black and gold at Pea Ridge Stadium.
Played football in Park League while our family cheered us on from the bleachers. Some of us have been playing football since we learned how to walk.
Countless hours of practice have been put in making sure we know our blocks, route, and gap.
Blood, sweat, and tears, in the heat or cold, rain or shine, we give it all on the practice field for you.
And now it's our turn to put on the pads and show you the results of what years of hard work can produce. It's our turn to show Pell City what we're made of.
It's our turn to make Pell City proud and wear the black and gold. It's our turn to be Pell City Panthers.
Welcome to Pell City Panther football on the River Sports Network with Adam Stocks on play-by-play, color commentary by Lance Bowman, sideline reporter Scott Elliott, David Birmingham, and Alan Rowan on stats, and producer Tiffany Studdard. The lights are on, and we're ready for some high school football. Let's go to the stadium.
Hello, everybody from Oxford, Alabama. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River. Glad to have you. And if you're listening to us on the radio, that's great. But remember, through 94.1 The River in the App Store, you can stream us live as well. Go to the App Store, find us on Facebook or YouTube, and we will be glad to broadcast to you that way as well. Guys, just like a football team has to adjust throughout a season, we've had to move some folks around tonight. So you'll be hearing me, Lance Bowman, on play-by-play, as Adam's going to do some work behind the scenes. Adam Stocks will be with us, just not on the air. Michael Stocks doing some camera work. Scott Elliott will be doing color, and in just a little bit we'll also go down to our sideline reporter, Matt Coulter, who will be joining us again this week. Tonight, Pell City visiting the Oxford Yellow Jackets. And, folks, if you're familiar with this rivalry, and it is really one of the main rivalries that Pell City plays every year, it's been really difficult for the Panthers over the last number of years, really probably just a handful of wins over the last 20. But tonight, I'm saying we have a chance. Oxford Yellow Jackets coming in 2-2. Very rarely has Oxford team lost 2 games at this point in the season. They're actually 1-3 on the field, 2-2 though via a forfeit when Pleasant Grove used an ineligible player. So again, 2-2 for Oxford, 1-1 in the region. Pell City 1-2 overall, 0-1 in the region. But for the first time in a long time, Scott Elliott, and I know you're going to talk about the history between these two teams, Pell City has a chance tonight.
So you're saying we have a chance?
We have a chance.
Okay. I really think we do have a chance from what we saw last week, the improvements week to week. Definitely look like a better team. This rivalry has been going on for 101 years. This started October 6th, 1920, the very first game. Oxford won that game 25-0. But over that 101 years, Pell City has only 18 wins, 36 losses, and 1 tie. That was in 1938. Since the year 2000, Pell City has only won 4 times, and that last win 9 years ago, 2012.
Yeah, Scott Elliott doing color tonight. Scott, thank you. Normally our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter filling in for me as I'm filling in for Adam on play-by-play tonight, and he talked about that rivalry between these two teams, and it's been a really, really one-sided rivalry. Man, it would be great for Pell City to come in here to Oxford, Alabama, Lamar Field tonight, and get the W. Pell City with a huge win last week, 55-21 win versus Talladega. Everybody got involved. Baylor Smith was 11 of 14 for 101 yards through the air. Caleb Gross was 3 of 4 for another 53 yards. That was 270 passing yards. We rushed for 30 carries for 225 yards. Quentin Hicks had 8 carries for 53 yards. Deontay Reese had 3 carries for 42 yards, both those guys scoring touchdowns. Caleb Gross had 5 rushes for 39 yards, and we had some receivers doing an outstanding job as well as the Panthers put up that 55-point total against Talladega, getting their first win of the season. Want to thank our great sponsors bringing you Panther football tonight. Our title sponsor, as always this season, Hargrave McSweeney, and this pregame show brought to you by ERA King Realty, and we want to thank all our sponsors. We'll be giving you many more throughout the night. All right, we're going to take a break right now, and we'll come back shortly. We're going to go to the coaches' show in just a minute, and then we'll be back for a little more pregame before kickoff, giving you the coin flip and the starting lineups. Again, you're listening to Panther football on 94.1 The River.
Looking for a little more comfort in your life? Don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. And at Allen Service Company, they'll show you the full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems. Turn to the experts at Allen Service Company, where financing is available, subject to credit approval. Call 205-338-2311, 205-338-2311, or visit online at allenservicecompany.com.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Bart Perry in Pell City.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your exclusive Bobcat dealer for East Central Alabama is Bobcat of Gadsden, and they're a full-line Bobcat dealer for construction and agriculture. They specialize in parts, service, sales, and rentals. And right now they have up to $3,000 in rebates on new purchases and great financing rates. Bobcat of Gadsden, same-day delivery on rentals, factory-trained service technicians, and they're ready to serve you. Call 256-563-4001.
This is Teresa Carden with Lake Home Loans at Classic Home Mortgage. Our team works together to carry you to your goal to purchase or refinance for better rates, shorter terms, or cash out, or all three. Good luck to the Pell City Panthers for a winning season. Play-by-play and working together, you can win. Let our team take you play-by-play to your home loan goals. Teresa Carden, Classic Home Mortgage, 205-405-0603. That's 205-405-0603.
Welcome into Coach's Corner. Adam Stocks along with Wayne Lee, head football coach for our Pell City Panthers as we get ready for the first of many road games starting. We're going to be at Oxford tonight. Kickoff right around the corner at 7 o'clock. We'll talk about the Yellow Jackets coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Our Coach's Corner brought to you by Wood Surfside Marina. Coach, I like these kind of interviews, man. We're talking about the win last Friday, and just kind of give us a synopsis of that 55-21 win against Talladega. Then we'll kind of get into the nuts and bolts of it.
Really as good a first half as we played, except the last 30 seconds of it. That was really good. We moved the ball. Defense was good. Second half, we got to play a lot of kids, and that's always important right there on Friday nights when you get to play a lot. So we got to play a lot of kids. Yeah, they scored some, and we didn't keep the pace going that we were, but we got to play a lot of young kids. They got to get out there on a Friday night, and that's always big.
Well, let's break down the offense. We talked about this in the pregame show, and we talked about it during the broadcast as well before the actual kickoff, about hoping that the Talladega game was going to be a remedy, especially for the offense. And sure enough, it was. A double nickel we laid up there. Could have put a whole lot more than that up there. But offensively, starting with the passing game, talk about how that changed.
Yeah, we started throwing more control passing games, getting the ball in guys' hands that can go make plays for us. And kind of the same way in the running game, getting the ball in guys' hands. Kentrell, we got to get the ball to him more. We get it to him, he scores 3 touchdowns. That's big right there. Quentin and Day ran the ball hard all night long. I thought they both had real good nights. And obviously, if they have good nights, the O-line has good nights. But we threw some short passes, threw some, read some stuff out right there, a couple of choice routes and stuff like that. And it was, it was an efficient night. It wasn't a big night throwing, but we didn't, we get, it's 27-0 right there. You really don't want to just rub it in somebody's face in that situation right there. So you go to the ground game, but I thought very efficient with the passing game and the running game, which is, to me in high school football, if you can run the ball, a lot of other things can happen. I thought that was good Friday night.
Yeah, taking a look at some individual stats that we had. Baylor Smith, quarterback, 11 of 14 for 101 yards. Caleb Gross, saw him throwing the ball 3 or 4 times, 53 yards. Like you said, wide receivers having a good game. So talk about your receiving core a little bit.
Oh, yeah, those guys right there, they're working hard. They want the ball. You got Kentrell, you got Smitty, you got MJ, you got Carlos at times out there. Those guys want the ball, and those guys can make plays. So if it's not it doesn't have to be a 50-yard pass down the field for them to make a play. We can get them the ball on a short pass, and then they can go make the play.
The running game you just mentioned, 30 rushes for 225 yards, leaps and bounds as far as what the average per rush was for the first couple of games. Quentin Hicks, 8 carries, 53 yards. Day Reese, 3 carries, 42 yards. Caleb Gross, 5 carries, 39 yards on top of his 53 that he had passing. So not a lot of carries, like you said, because there were a lot of 2s and 3s in there in the second half, but good consistency and big chunks too.
Right. Those, you get big chunks right there. That's when you get drives going. You hit an 11-yard gain, 12-yard gain right there. Those chains start moving right there. The kids get confidence. And that was a big thing. The kids got some confidence Friday. I mean, that was some much-needed confidence right there going into this week.
Yeah, and you can't forget about the big uglies. I mean, those guys are notching out 10, 11, 12 yards a run because the big uglies are down there. They don't get their names called out a whole lot, but they're paving the way.
They had a good game. Up front, they really had a good game up there. Diedrich and Gage and Byron and Caden and Snow, they all had good games Friday night. And like I said, they are, when everything's going good, like we said right there, it's a result of how they're playing.
Our Metro Bank player of the game, number 5, Carlos Herring, had a pretty little decent game, man. He was on fire. Number 5 was getting across the end zone every time we kind of looked around, whether it was a pick six, whether it was a kickoff return. I mean, he had a big game.
Yeah, he outscored everybody in the third quarter 14-0. I mean, he had right out of the bat, I think it was the third play of the second half right there. He has a pick six right there, and a few minutes later he takes kickoff to the house right there. So, I mean, he's the guy that got one call back against Leeds, which he was 20 yards in front of the play. Nobody was going to catch him on that one. So yeah, he's a important player for us, a guy that can make some plays.
Coach's Corner brought to you by Wood Surfside Marina. You can see behind us that we're in the press box. The upper level of the press boxes is where the River broadcast crew does our games from. It's going to be a long time before we get back here to do a home game. We'll talk about the games that are coming up. The 6 of the last 7 are on the road. Defensively, let's talk about that, how they played last week in that 55-21 win against Talladega.
Oh yeah, first half, like I said, they didn't give Talladega any room to breathe right there. So that's what we wanted, and we started subbing early, and we had a couple of starters out, trying to get some injuries healed for this week and stuff, and that was good. We got a lot of players on that side of the ball, and later on, we got a lot of young guys out there, and they hit like a 70-yard touchdown pass or something like that. That it upsets us, but I mean, hey, those guys got to play. But when we had the one defense in, I thought they were spot on most of the night.
Going back and looking at film, and who stood out on the defensive side for the Panthers last week?
The guys up front. Riley Searles had a great game. Riley had a really good game right there. In the secondary, of course, number 5. Let's don't forget about him. He had a couple big hits in the game right there. One of the worst calls I've seen all year when 37, when Isaiah got the targeting call, that was awful. It's a contact sport. It's a big hit, but Isaiah had a good game. Marquise had a good game. Of course, Carlos solid back there, and then up front, Riley really played well.
What's the rules in high school ball in the state of Alabama when it comes to targeting?
Good question. Judgment by the zebras, man, that's not always a good thing.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll talk about the Oxford Yellow Jackets. We're homecoming opponents for the Oxford Yellow Jackets tonight. So when we come back, we'll talk about the Yellow Jackets. A big score last week as it was coming in through the course of the night. We were seeing if it was going to stay true. Oxford, they do lose at home against Southside Gadsden 35-17. The same team that we lost 21-14 here a couple of weeks ago here at Pete Rich Stadium. So we'll talk about the Yellow Jackets, what was going on in that game, why the score was like that, and was Southside maybe a little bit better than we thought they were when they were here at Pete Rich Stadium. Stick around. Coach's Corner, brought to you by Wood Surfside Marina, continues here on 94.1 FM The River.
If you're looking for a new primary care doctor, consider a Complete Health practice. As one of the largest independent primary care practices in the Birmingham area, there are several locations in St. Clair County. And as a Complete Health patient, you can expect excellent service and care centered on you. Visit them at CompleteHealth.com to find a practice nearest you. Complete Health. Patients first, always.
Thinking about buying your first home? Then Coosa Valley Mortgage can help you unlock the door to home ownership. With first-time home buyer programs that can put you in the home of your dreams. Conventional, FHA, USDA, VA, or construction perm options. Call 205-884-2665 or visit CoosaValleyMortgage.com to see what Coosa Valley Mortgage can do for you. Coosa Valley Mortgage, we've got you covered.
Equal housing lender, NMLS 198757.
Discover the Diversicare difference at Diversicare Pell City, where we are a respected provider of post-acute healthcare services. Whether your medical needs are short-stay rehabilitation, complex medical care, or long-term care, Diversicare Pell City has a comprehensive team that is trained to administer high-quality healthcare. If you would like to learn more about Diversicare Pell City, call 205-338-3329 or visit diversicareofpellcity.com.
Good Game Company has been a mainstay in St. Clair County and far beyond since 1955. A strong supporter of local schools and charities, Good Game Company is a believer in giving back to its communities. With nearly 100 employees, their projects include Honda of Alabama, Benjamin Moore, WKW, Metro Bank, and the All-American Ford. Good Game Company, proud to support local athletics and academics. Whether you need storage for a jet ski or a full-size RV, Dooley's Boat and RV Storage is the only name you need to know. Offering the largest covered storage around Logan Martin Lake, they have 24/7 gated access and running state-of-the-art surveillance cameras. All units have power and water's available, and they also offer by-the-foot storage for jet skis and small vehicles. Dooley's Boat and RV Storage, Highway 231 South at 160 Lakeshore Drive in Cropwell.
Welcome back to Coach's Corner. Adam Stocks along with Wayne Lee, head football coach for the Pell City Panthers, as we talked about last week's big homecoming victory here at Pete Rich Stadium, as we're broadcasting live here from the press box, the second floor, live doing the coach's interview at least, brought to you by Wood Surfside Marina. 55-21 win against Talladega. How long do you enjoy that one before you had to start focusing on tonight's opponent, big region matchup at Oxford?
With this week's opponent being Oxford, Friday night. Saturday morning we were in it, getting ready for Oxford.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the Oxford Yellow Jackets. 2-2 overall. On the field, they're 1-3. They got a forfeit win earlier in the season. They got beat by 5A Pleasant Grove, which is a really good football team. 61-24 was the score on that one. They got blown out by Thompson. Again, 7A state champion, pretty dang good football team. But we're not used to seeing, some of these lopsided scores coming out of the Oxford Yellow Jacket football team. Last week, a loss at home against Southside Gadsden, 35-17. They did have some players that were not on the field, which did help contribute to that, but it was still, a 35-17 loss at home for the Oxford Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And Southside, some of the guys went down in the game and stuff like that. Even Southside lost their running back the second play of the game. So it was, I think watching the game, I think Southside's going to win the game anyway. It was a good game early on, and Southside pulled away. But yeah, it's you're not used to seeing an Oxford at 2-2 or 1-3 right now, and Thompson and Pleasant Grove, more than likely those two are going to be in the state championship games in 5A and 7A, no question about it. But last year they played the same teams and won the score. I think they beat Pleasant Grove last year 28-27, 29-28, something like that, and the Thompson game was like 53-42 or something. So you're not used to those kind of scores, and so it's it's a little bit different Oxford team than we've seen in the past.
Yeah, I mentioned last week there were some injuries, and I think a couple of weeks prior as well. So I always ask you about what the next team looks like. Kind of hard because we don't know who's going to be out on the field. You saw film from the previous 4 games they have, especially last week against Southside Gadsden. So, as you prepare for Oxford offensively, what are you preparing for?
The two biggest, the biggest one that was missing last week was the quarterback, and they're a little bit different, or they're a pretty good bit different based on who's at quarterback. So we've worked on the guy that has been starting. This is what they do when he's in. We worked on the guy that played last week. This is what he does. Some of the other guys, the scheme doesn't change a lot, but for the quarterback, it does. So again, it's just like last week. We've kind of had to prepare for 2 offenses in 1 week.
What about some of the weapons they have outside of quarterback? Receivers, running backs, what do they have?
Running back, they've got a really good running back. They play 3 of them. They're all pretty good running backs. There's not a superstar in the bunch. They got 3 really good running backs. The 2, the receiver, outside receiver number 10, he can go. I mean, we got to know where he is at all times. They'll run speed sweeps with him. They'll throw screens to him, and then they'll let him go down the field. So number 10, in our eyes, there'll be a lot of focus on where 10 lines up for them. And defensively, their linebacking core, their 2 outside linebackers are strong. I mean, they're really, really good right there. And that's what, really a lot of the names are different. Some of the sizes are different and stuff, but their defense is still in the same mindset that they've been in, still trying to get the same players to make the plays, and it's the 2 inside and the 2 outside where they're the strongest.
How about special teams? What do they bring to the table?
Haven't seen a ton of it. They have not faked a punt. They're going to cover well. Their kicker, they'll kick it short, they'll kick it long. It's going to be kind of hard to get a return. I feel like they've got 2 films on us of us running 2 back. I don't think they're going to kick the ball to 5. Well, I mean, if they do, that's great. We're okay, but we're planning for them not to kick it to 5 on that right there. And so that's the punter's solid. I mean, he's going to kick it 30 yards right down the middle. So it kind of not quite far enough for a return right there. So just as long as we get the ball back.
Yeah, how about the pregame ritual for a road game? This is our first road game, and we've talked about it leading up to this week, and we've got a lot of road games. We only have 1 more game left at home at Pete Rich Stadium senior night. That's against Springville. That's a big region matchup. But out of the next 7 games, 6 of them, Coach, on the road. So, today is the first one that you guys are preparing for as far as road trip. How does that unfold itinerary-wise?
Yeah, well, in the year of change, in the year of difference or whatever, well, here comes a road game that is completely different than any of the rest of them that we'll have. That we will not have a locker room there. Okay, we'll be our sidelines, corner closest to 78 down there. They've got an area set up right there. They've got construction. We used to dress all the way at the school up on top of the hill. Well, the construction, the stairs are gone. So now if you choose to dress up there, you come down to the gym, dress, you go back up, and you have to walk all the way down the road and come in where we would be. So we're going to dress and tape here at Pell City. We'll leave a little later, get down there. We will just go to that area that they have. They've got some bleachers and kind of got a tent thing set up right there. That's where we'll start the game and go at halftime and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's a little bit different. So, we won't leave as early. We'll ride down there in our uniforms and stuff. So, it's different, but it's not that big a deal.
Do you have enough room? You mentioned kind of a tent or canopy or whatever. If it's raining, again, we're recording this on a Thursday afternoon. We got rain behind us. As of right now, they're saying 50-50 shot at rain on Friday. Can you get the entire team out of the elements? As you shake your head, no, that's not good.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not big enough, and that's some of our stuff with technology and all now. So a lot of our halftime adjustments, we're sitting there. We're showing the kids the film. I mean, we're showing the kids film, and that's going to be, equipment does not like water, so it'll be a challenge for us on that.
All right, Coach. Good luck, man. We'll talk to you at the end of the half, and hopefully we're talking about a big win. We haven't had a whole lot of them against the Yellow Jackets in the past 3 decades, really. And this is a chance. If there's a year Oxford can be got, I think this is the year. So I hope we're talking about a big region win at the end of the game tonight. Good luck.
Hey, thank you much. Go Panthers.
Stick around. Coach's Corner brought to you by Wood Surfside Marina. Kickoff coming up live from Oxford High School on 94.1 FM The River.
I was finally ready to buy my first home after renting for the last several years. As I started my search, I got overwhelmed by how many websites and confusing listings there are. That's when I found the experts at ERA King. To me, ERA means expertise, reliability, and activity. I depended on them to find a home in my budget, and they didn't stop working until the keys were in my hands. ERA King. To us, it means always doing the right thing for every client. What will ERA mean to you? Find out at eraking.com.
Since 1989, Metro Bank has continued to build on the philosophy of friendly, caring bankers that work to meet the needs of everyone in the community. Whether it's personal or business checking, investment accounts, consumer and commercial lending, home mortgages, equity lines of credit, and more, Metro Bank would love the opportunity to serve you. Come home to us. Metro Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Looking to break free with internet that will not hold you back? Only Hargray offers the fastest internet in town with unlimited data as well as local service and tech support. Try Hargray stress-free with no contracts and a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you want speed, reliability, and great value, call 205-350-9885. Go to hargray.com for more and switch to Hargray today.
I'm Laurie Brazier, a realtor with Fields Gossett Realty right here in Pell City. I grew up on Logan Martin Lake and have many special memories of skiing, boating, and cookouts with family and friends. My husband and I bought our first lake home back in 1999, and that began an adventure of making new memories with our own children here in the beautiful Pell City area. I'd like to help you find a way to make memories in your new home. That's my specialty, listening to your needs and helping you buy or sell your own home.
At Pell City Internal and Family Medicine, we provide a full range of healthcare solutions for all of your family members, from newborns to senior adults with our board-certified physicians and medical professionals. Established in 2012, Dr. Barry Collins, Dr. Rick Jatani, and Dr. Alinka Presakaru are here to serve your medical needs now and into the future. Open 7 days a week at 41 Eminence Way in Pell City. Call 205-884-9000 or pcifm.com.
Welcome back to Oxford, Alabama, Lamar Field. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by 94.1 The River. I want to thank our title sponsor, Hargray Communications and McSweeney Automotive, as we are about ready to transition from our ERA King pregame show to the action on the field tonight, where Pell City 1-2, 0-1 in region play, will face arch rival and region foe Oxford Yellow Jackets. Four-time state champion Oxford Yellow Jackets, only 2-2 this year, actually 1-3 on the field, where they won a game that they actually lost on the field. They won by forfeit. They are 1-1 in the region. I'm going to give you tonight's probable starting lineups for Pell City. On offense, number 3, quarterback Baylor Smith, running back number 6, Deontay Reese, running back number 24, Quentin Hicks. Wide receiver number 2, Kentrell Borden. He is also a captain tonight. Wide receiver number 14, Colin Smith. Wide receiver number 12, Caleb Gross. Offensive line number 79, Gage Andrews. Offensive line number 75, Caden Aldridge. Offensive line number 76, Dedrick Scott. Offensive line number 65, Mike Snow. And your last offensive lineman, number 56, Byron Moon. Starting on defense for the Panthers tonight. On the defensive front, number 22, Hunter Otwell. Alongside him, number 64, Matthew Swain. Another defensive lineman, number 36, A.J. Wells. Another defensive lineman, number 51, Riley Searles. We'll update you if Riley's wearing number 15 or number 51 tonight. Linebackers, number 11, Drew Sisson. Your other linebacker, number 37, Isaiah Bossy. Also at linebacker, number 1, Brian Keller. DBs tonight, number 5, Carlos Herring. He's also a captain for the Panthers. Alongside Herring, number 9, Jaden Coleman. Number 2, Kentrell Borden, playing both ways tonight. He will also be playing defensive back. And at defensive back, number 14, Colin Smith. So 2 wide receivers playing in that defensive backfield as well. And again, tonight's captains, number 2, Kentrell Borden, and number 5, Carlos Herring. Our starting lineups in coin toss brought to you by State Farm agent Bart Perry. But right now, folks, let's go down to our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter and get a little update from Matt Coulter. Matt, how are you tonight?
You'd think after 45 years in broadcasting, I'd know to turn my microphone on.
Well,
good grief.
You got it, man. How are you, Matt?
Hey, everything's great, and I hope it stays that way on the field. Those of you that are watching and listening back in Pell City, I believe it's raining there, and it's headed our way. I think we're going to get some rain. Forecasters say it's anywhere between 70 and 80%. Should be here probably in about half an hour. So I got my poncho, I got my umbrella, I'm ready. It is also, pretty much September, except the humidity is way up, and I know that. I'd sweat in an igloo. But humidity is 86%. That obviously means it's going to rain. But, temperature is about 75 degrees. One thing that is brand new to Oxford is the fact that we're playing on an artificial surface. And there's no crown on the field. And the coaches told me that it rained a little last week, one of their previous games, and the field handled it real well. So we'll see if we get the rain. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't think it's a question of if, it's when. By the way, Scott, how was Alaska?
It was nice. It was very nice. Wasn't too cold. Good enough. I was able to do a couple of 5Ks in, so I can't complain.
Well, good. Hey, I'm giving us a Panthers chance here tonight. We played really, really well last week against Talladega, and to be honest with you, this probably isn't your dad's Oxford team. They're down a little bit. Their middle linebacker, Jordan Dobbins, who I believe is committed to Ole Miss, he's in street clothes. So, hey, let's go Panthers. I'll be back with you with the toss of the coin here in a minute.
All right, we appreciate it, Matt Coulter. We'll be coming down to you for that in just a minute. Again, our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter and giving you the game time conditions brought to you by ServPro. And as he talked about the field, folks here in the stadium that are listening to us and also on TV, there's some things going on around the field, some remodeling going on, you could say, on the Oxford campus. And Scott, as you look to the northwest of the end zone, that area used to be where the team dressed out and would come down the hill there. All that is gone. That has been cleared out as they're doing some renovating and whatnot. So if you look to the southwest end zone at on the Pell City side, you'll see where our players are actually dressing out tonight, which is just kind of like under a carport with two porta potties over there.
Hopefully we won't get a situation where we need more than those two porta potties. But one thing that comes to mind is if we get a little bit of rain, that little shed is not very big to hold our team, and you got to figure our band has got to go somewhere too.
Yeah, thank you. That's Scott Elliott. He's going to be doing color tonight. Everybody's in a different seat. Matt Coulter joining us once again. Of course, Matt Coulter, longtime Birmingham sports anchor. He's done sports radio. He's done this job for Jacksonville State University. He is on our sideline tonight. Great to have him. Scott Elliott will be doing color, and I'll be doing play-by-play for Adam.
One thing you forgot to mention about Matt, he was in a big movie. He starred in a big movie.
What movie was that?
Talladega Nights.
There you go. I mean, so we've got a celebrity with us, and I guess I need to introduce myself. Adam usually does that for me. I'm Lance Bowman. Adam Stocks, our video production head guy tonight, and Michael Stocks doing camera work. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with the coin toss. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River.
Your exclusive Bobcat dealer for East Central Alabama is Bobcat of Gadsden, and they're a full-line Bobcat dealer for construction and agriculture. They specialize in parts, service, sales, and rentals. And right now they have up to $3,000 in rebates on new purchases and great financing rates. Bobcat of Gadsden, same-day delivery on rentals, factory-trained service technicians, and they're ready to serve you. Call 256-563-4001.
Looking to break free with internet that will not hold you back? Only Hargray offers the fastest internet in town with unlimited data as well as local service and tech support. Try Hargray stress-free with no contracts and a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you want speed, reliability, and great value, call 205-350-9885. Go to hargray.com for more and switch to Hargray today.
I was finally ready to buy my first home after renting for the last several years. As I started my search, I got overwhelmed by how many websites and confusing listings there are. That's when I found the experts at ERA King. To me, ERA means expertise, reliability, and activity. I depended on them to find a home in my budget, and they didn't stop working until the keys were in my hands. ERA King. To us, it means always doing the right thing for every client. What will ERA mean to you? Find out at eraking.com.
Since 1989, Metro Bank has continued to build on the philosophy of friendly, caring bankers that work to meet the needs of everyone in the community. Whether it's personal or business checking, investment accounts, consumer and commercial lending, home mortgages, equity lines of credit, and more, Metro Bank would love the opportunity to serve you. Come home to us. Metro Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Adam Stocks, owner of 94.1 FM The River. Thanks for watching high school football here on our social media platforms, whether you're watching Pell City or Springville. Also want to thank our advertisers who support us and allow us to bring this product to you absolutely free of charge. You pay nothing to watch this broadcast thanks to our advertisers. So if you need their services, please give them a call. If you know them or you're around town, stop by, let them know that you appreciate them supporting our communities and our teams, and we ask that you do the same. If you have a business that you would like to get in front of nearly 20,000 eyeballs every Friday night, between Pell City and Springville, nearly 20,000 views for these two football broadcasts, you can shoot us an email, adamstocks@theriver941.com. That's adamstocks@theriver941.com. Go Panthers, go Tigers.
Okay, welcome back to Oxford, Alabama and Lamar Field as we get set for a little Panther football. Pell City hosted by the Oxford Yellow Jackets. Homecoming here tonight in Oxford, Alabama, but Pell City with a real chance. You heard Matt Coulter talking earlier. This is not the Oxford team of the past. Remember, a state title in just 2019 and just a perennial talented program here in Oxford, but already 2-2 on the year. When we talk about the Yellow Jackets, Scott, we talk about guys, a team that has some players in the league. Talking about the NFL, Quan Alexander, KJ Britt, those guys were SEC superstars and now getting paid to play football in the NFL. And that is part of the tradition of Oxford Yellow Jackets. 4 state titles, a lot of folks going to SEC schools in this last 10, 20-year period that Pell City has struggled so mightily. Thank you for being with us. Again, our title sponsor, Hargrave Communication and McSweeney Automotive, as we get set for the coin toss in just a minute. Scott, what do you think about our chances tonight?
Well, I think we've got better chances now than we've had in many years. One thing to note is there has been a coaching change here at Oxford. Keith Etheridge is no longer here, and he's down at Auburn High School. So they have a new coach, a new philosophy, new game plan. They've had some kids transfer out. So they've got basically a new crew and new ideas that they're having to install into some of these kids. So one thing we need to look for is to try and take advantage of some of that newness that Oxford has.
All right, Scott, that's something we're definitely going to look at. And as you talk about that, we'll look at the schedule, the 2021 Panther schedule. Remember, we started with Leeds, took a tough 17-0 opening home loss to a very good and undefeated Leeds Green Wave team. Southside Gadsden in week 2 beat us 21-14. Well, guess what? They got Oxford last week by more than 7 points. So that's one of Oxford's 2 losses. Of course, last week, homecoming in Pell City, we put it on Talladega 55-21. And now the first road contest of the year where we play the Oxford Yellow Jackets. And Scott mentioned a coaching change and really a lot of rumor and talk of a lot of talent leaving this area this year with that coaching change. And Pell City hoping to benefit tonight. We'll also take a look at our 6A Region 7 standings. Arab, that's a surprise, in front 2-0 with a 3-1 record. They'll be at Southside tonight. Southside, even with them, also 2-0 in the region, 3-1 overall. And again, tonight's matchup with Oxford, 1-1, 2-2 overall. They are actually 1-3 on the field. They won a game by forfeit due to ineligible player. Fort Payne has the bye tonight. They're also 1-1, 1-3 overall. Pell City 0-1 in the region, 1-2 overall. We desperately need that region win tonight. All right, let's go down to the field really quick as Matt Coulter walks out to midfield to bring us the coin toss.
I'm approaching. Referee, your white hat, is Ron Burgess, and they bolted out here on me. Here we go.
Hey, gentlemen, congratulations on being chosen the captain. That tells us as officials you guys are leaders, okay? Part of being leaders is helping us out with sportsmanship, okay? Nothing wrong with a hard hit, nothing wrong with helping that young man up. Does everybody agree with that? Pell City's going to be our visiting team tonight. They got a choice coin toss, gentlemen. There's a silver dollar in my hand. That's heads, and that's tails. What are you going to call, young man? Say it like no switch vote with here.
Heads.
I heard hands. Guys, if I happen to drop it, we'll reflip, okay? And I've got tails. So, Oxford, you've won the toss. You remember what your coach wanted you to do? That's exactly what he told me. Everybody hold tight for a second. So, won the toss and let you defer. So, you guys want the football at this point. Am I correct? Which end zone you guys want to be in that scoreboard? That's what he told me as well. I'll ask you guys to step over here, Oxford, on this side.
There you have it. Pell City winning the toss. They opt to defer, so we will get the kickoff from the Oxford Yellow Jackets. So there's our first win of the night, Scott Elliott.
Absolutely. Now we need to take the ball, drive it down the field, and punch it in. You know, this is like you said, this is the best chance the Panthers have had in many years, and it's been 9 years since we've won. It's time to change that momentum.
Absolutely. Everybody looking forward to a opportunity to win tonight as we are getting set for kickoff, 2 minutes before kickoff. And we'll just stay here at Lamar Field as the Pell City Panthers, for those of you streaming live, get ready to watch the Panthers come onto the field. Oxford Yellow Jackets doing so now. And there come the Panthers to their sideline. Pell City winless in Region 7, but that can change tonight. 0-1 in Region 7, as we just mentioned a moment ago. 1-2 on the field. Oxford 1-1 in the region, 2-2 overall.
One thing that we need to do, Lance, is what we've done a couple of times is we get started, we run the ball, and we get, 10, 12, 14 yards of carry. Then we kind of stray a little away from it and go to the air. We need to keep, if we can drive the ball down their throat, keep it going. If you remember the old days of Beebs at Alabama, 4 yards and a cloud of dust. Whatever it takes, let's do it.
Scott, last week we had success through the air and on the ground. That balance is something hopefully we can see, hopefully something we can maintain. Those first 2 games of the season, that Panther offense really struggled in terms of production. Last week's matchup with Talladega and a team that was struggling was just what we needed to get our offense going. Got the 55 points, got success in the passing game and on the ground. Okay, we get set for kickoff. Again, Pell City receiving. Oxford in their home black jerseys with white numbers, black helmets, gold stripe, gold Oxford O on the side of the headgear. The honey gold pants with the black stripes down the leg. Pell City for the first time in their road whites. White headgear, gold Pell City logo with the black and gold stripes down the center of the helmet. White jerseys with gold numbers that are going to be tough for us to see, Scott.
Very tough.
And there is our kickoff. It's going to come down at the 10-yard line. Return man takes it up across the 25 to the 28. Let me get that number for you in just a second. It's number 10 for Pell City on the return.
Bedford.
Marquise Bedford. Thank you, Scott.
All right, let's see. What are we going to do here? We're going to come out throwing, or we're going to come out and try and rush it down?
We shall see in just a moment. Pell City's going to have it, Scott. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Just underway here. Listening to Panther Football, brought to you by Hargrave Communications and McSweeney Automotive. First play of the night for Pell City's offense. 2-back set, hands it off to one of those backs right up the middle. He's going to take it across to the 34-yard line.
Number 2, Cantrell Borden. Good run up the middle. Got him 4.5, 5 yards. Let's keep that up. We can get that every time. We'll take it.
Yeah, that's some of that ground attack you were talking about, Scott. Shotgun set, one back beside the quarterback. And again to Borden up the middle. He's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage, make it the 35. He might have gained a half yard.
Yeah, it's going to be a little tough running it right up the middle every time. They do have, Oxford does have a good center of their defensive line, so we'll have to make sure that we try to exploit some of the corners.
11:06 to go here in the first quarter, just underway. 3rd down and 4 for Pell City. Quarterback Baylor Smith again in the shotgun. Hicks to one side, Day-Day to the other. Takes the snap, drops back, throws it across the middle. He's hit it immediately. It's going to be an incomplete pass, but we do have a flag on the play.
Yeah, flag on us. Little hold back there. Trying to keep the quarterback safe and just grabbed a hold of the back of the jersey.
And let's see what Oxford decides here, Scott. I'm sure they will pick it up and decline the penalty.
Yeah, that's what I figured they would do. You got your opponent 4th and 5 in their own territory. Good call, Oxford.
Yeah, no reason to back us on up there. They'd rather have the ball instead. So Pell City 3 and out on their first offensive possession. Pell City getting set to punt the ball away. Number 19, Jake Blackstone, in to punt the football. Oxford return man awaits at his 35. Blackstone just gets the punt away. We have a flag down, I see already, and the ball is going to roll dead. No Panther runs to stop it, and it is picked up. Wow, that was a weird change of events. Pell City failed to down the punt, and nobody really was paying attention, Scott.
Wow. Hey, I don't know why the referees blew the whistle there. That was kind of odd because nobody touched it.
It truly was an odd situation. We both noticed the flag came down when the ball was in the air, and then it hit. The return man did not make an effort. Here, let's hold on and get the call from the White Hat because this was a strange play.
Yeah, did it happen before the kick or after the kick?
It's going to be a face mask against Oxford. That's probably why the officials blew it dead, okay, because Pell City was not alert. They failed to down the punt. An Oxford player heads up, picks the ball up, and is going to take it for a return, but the play was blown dead due to a face mask by the Oxford Yellow Jacket return team.
We're going to go down to Matt Coulter, our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter. Matt, what you got?
The flag came out so early, and you guys noticed it. Lance, you called it, and I think it kind of threw everybody back. The players, the sideline reporter, it really did, but that's odd. Rarely do you see a face mask on a punt like that. Normally it's a block in the back or a clip or something like that. It certainly worked in our favor.
Absolutely.
Matt Coulter's right. It was just an odd play all the way around, kind of threw everybody off. All right, back to live action. It's 10:32 left to go. In the first quarter, Oxford's first possession of the night. Quarterback in a shotgun position with a running back about a foot behind him. Twins down low, a single receiver up top. They will also hand it off up the middle. Running back breaks through a hole, and he's got some room. Now he's going down the sideline on the near side. He'll take it all the way down to the Panther 32-yard line.
Yeah, it took Colin Smith to get him out of bounds after a huge gain.
Yeah, number 23 on the carry for Oxford, D.K. Wilson, picking up a very big gain for the Panthers. For the Yellow Jackets, excuse me. Oxford again, 1st and 10 from their 32. Quarterback hands it off once again, this time met by a Panther defender immediately. Looks like number 51, that'll be Riley Searles with the tackle.
Man, this is tough to see these numbers. Pell City, when they go on the road, they wear the white uniforms, and these numbers are a light gold. Let me tell you, for an old man, that's tough to see.
Yeah, as you saw on the replay there, Riley Searles, Scott busting through, and it does take a moment to see the numbers there for the Panthers. 2nd and 8 now. Oxford in the shotgun again. Quarterback fakes the handoff. Now he's running around the right end and up the middle. He'll take it down to about the 25-yard line, where it'll bring up third down.
All right. They haven't shown anything throwing yet. Were they running to set up the throw, or are they going to try and keep running it at us?
Yeah, I mean, right now you can't argue with the results for the Yellow Jackets, as it'll bring up a 3rd and 3 from the Panther 25.5. 9:19 to go here in the first quarter. Oxford's first offensive possession of the night. Quarterback again in the shotgun with a running back to his side. 2 receivers down low. Now a tight end and H-back come in motion. He'll take the snap. This time it's a handoff. Plenty of running room on that left side to take it down to the 20 and a first down.
Yeah, they exploited the left side of the line. They had the H-back and the tight end to move over to get the extra blocking. We had some open guys on the backside, but they're just not fast enough to catch that running back for Oxford.
Yeah, we saw that movement as they really overloaded that left side. That's where the ball went. 1st and 10, Yellow Jackets from the 20. The Panther 20. Oxford quarterback takes the shotgun. He's going to throw it out into the flat. Ball's on the ground, and a Panther recovers. They're going to say incomplete. That was very close to a backwards pass.
About a half a yard in front of him. If he'd thrown it a little further behind him, hey, we might have had that ball.
We'll look on the replay here, Scott. Quarterback drops back. As you see 23 in motion, that's Wilson. That's who the ball's going to go to. And he throws it from the 25, and it really kind of lands on the 25.
Ooh, that was about as close as you can get. Well, we had a penalty on the play that we missed.
Yeah. You and I are watching the broadcast booth. It was a hold. So that's good news for the Panthers. It's going to back Oxford up 10. That's going to make it 1st and 20 now from the 30. Oxford quarterback number 4, Samuel Robertson. Oxford runs the running play. They're going to take it around that left end again at the 25-yard line.
One thing that we did there is we didn't wrap him up. We had a couple of defenders hit the running back that just didn't wrap him up, and he was able to get a little bit more yards. Got about 5 yards on that carry.
Of course, 5 of that is getting 10 of the penalty back, so 2nd and 15 from the Panther 25.
Seems like Oxford's coming out playing very conservative to start with.
Yeah, really looking at that ground attack. 2 receivers up top, 1 down low. Running back in motion again from the shotgun. Robertson drops back, finds a receiver underneath who's going to take it down to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to break away into the end zone. Wow. That's going to be the first score of the night. Just a quick hitter. You'll see a running back just sneak down underneath the linebackers here.
I believe Borden on that top side was getting held a little bit, but too little too late now.
And I guess that player was more like a tight end position, as he'll break a couple of tackles and take it into the end zone. We'll await the extra point now. Extra point up and good for Oxford. Oxford takes a 7-0 lead here in the early going. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River.
Whether you need storage for a jet ski or a full-size RV, Dooley's Boat and RV Storage is the only name you need to know. Offering the largest covered storage around Logan Martin Lake, they have 24/7 gated access and running state-of-the-art surveillance cameras. All units have power and water's available, and they also offer by-the-foot storage for jet skis and small vehicles. Dooley's Boat and RV Storage. Highway 231 South at 160 Lakeshore Drive in Cropwell.
Welcome back to Oxford, where we've got a good game going on here between the Pell City Panthers and the Oxford Yellow Jackets. Oxford just scored on a touchdown pass, a little screen pass right across the middle. They're about to kick off, and we'll see if the Panthers can change something up a little bit here on this second drive.
Yeah, it was a 25-yard pass play as Oxford just squibs the kickoff, and that's going to go out of bounds right around the 30-yard line. Should give Pell City some good field position. I think the ball will come out due to penalty of the out-of-bounds kick at the 35. Jaden Dobbins, number 18, on that Oxford touchdown reception. So as we get ready to get back to live action, 7:23 left to go here in the first quarter. Baylor Smith brings the Panther offense back onto the field, 1st and 10 from the 35. Baylor in the shotgun. Again, he has running backs on each side, one receiver up top, one down low. Running backs are Hicks and Day-Day. He'll fake to Day-Day, put the ball up, going downfield, and well overthrown.
Yeah, Colin Smith was looking for the ball, but he didn't see it. It kind of went just a little over his head there.
Colin Smith, the intended target.
It was a good call, but I think he got lost in the lights.
We had a flag on the play, though, and that is going to be a hold against the Yellow Jackets. So that might be why that ball was so overthrown. And that is going to be a Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down for the Panthers. We got it the easy way, Scott.
Absolutely. Let's go down to our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter, Matt Coulter.
You guys called it. I was standing right in front of it, and 14 got held. So there was a reason he wasn't open deep. He got held about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. That's big for the Panthers, close to midfield.
1st and 10 now after the penalty from the shotgun. Smith hands it to Reese, and Reese loses his footing. He's going to lose a couple of yards as he goes down at about the 43-yard line. Pell City had it 1st and 10 from the 45 after the penalty.
That old angry turf monster got a hold of him and just took him down. He was kind of flailing to try and stay afloat, but unfortunately it got him.
Yeah, you said it, Scott. His legs were he was fighting against himself as soon as he took the handoff. Being up 2nd and 12 now. Baylor Smith in the shotgun. Again, Reese and Hicks on either side. One receiver up top, which is Smith. Borden down low. Fakes the handoff. Again, he's going for Smith. He's looking down. It's going to be a push. That's going to be another flag.
Easy.
They're both going to come out there, Scott.
Let's go down to our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter, Matt Coulter. He was right there.
As long as I'm standing around, I'm getting the flags, baby. But that was almost a good hold by Oxford because Smith was going to catch it and go.
Yeah, we're looking at it on the replay right now, Matt, and you'll see him. He's going down. He's got the step. He's getting in position. They kind of bump, and pretty obvious call. Both officials saw it. So Pell City going to get another Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down, this time a 15-yarder on the pass interference.
Hey, we'll take all – if they want to keep throwing flags on them, we'll keep marching down the field. It doesn't matter how you get it as long as you get it.
Yeah, that's the best aspect right now is Pell City putting a drive together through these penalties as now we have the ball down to the Oxford 43-yard line. Baylor Smith in the shotgun formation, a running back to his left, and then he hands it off to the deep back, which is Hicks. Hicks met at the line but fights through. I mean, he had the opportunity to lose a few yards there, Scott, but he fought through that.
He hit 3, 4, 5 guys and kept going. He got 2 yards on something that should have taken him a yard backwards.
Yeah, at least. Looked like that was going for negative, and he just kept turning those legs. Baylor Smith now for 2nd down and 8 for the Panthers. Running backs to either side, receivers spread out each direction. Baylor's going to fake the handoff, take it up the middle, and he's got some positive yardage as he'll take it down to the 35. Loses headgear there.
Yeah, he'll have to come out one play because he lost his headgear. Unless we have a heat time. No, we don't have a heat timeout coming up. But he'll have to go out for one play, so we'll get to see another play in there.
Yeah, Caleb Gross is going to step in, and we've seen some quarterback from him. And number 12 on the field right now. Got Reese to one side, Hicks to the other, Smith up top, 2 receivers down low. Looks like we had some movement. The ball's going to be blown dead. Pell City signals it's against Oxford.
We're going to go down to our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter, Matt Coulter.
Wow, they are just throwing yellow laundry all over the field, but fortunately, it's usually in favor of the Panthers. Gross played great in the second half against Talladega last week.
Yeah, one thing, I believe we've had 4 penalties that we've been able to take advantage of on this drive. Hey, it doesn't matter. 4, 14, it doesn't matter. Let's just keep it going.
Caleb Gross still in that shotgun position. He'll drop back. He's going to fire to his right side. Had an open receiver, but ball was dropped.
Just a little bit high for him. He had to go up and try and catch it, and wasn't able to hold on to it. Good coverage by the Oxford defender.
MJ McClooney, the youngster, was the intended receiver for the Panthers. McClooney, a senior for Pell City, number 7. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now. Caleb Gross still in at quarterback. He's going to hand off to Day-Day. Day-Day makes a nice cut to the outside. He's going down the sideline to the 20, to the 15. He'll be bumped out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
He made something out of nothing. He was going to go around left end and then cut it back inside, but he saw that hole fill up really quick, so he just bumped it outside. He had a blocker on the far side, and now we are in the red zone. 1st and 10, right on the 14.5.
Caleb Gross hands it off again, this time to Hicks. Hicks plows over one Oxford defender down to about the 13.
Pell City's doing a good job of mixing up their plays right now. Just need to keep that in mind.
4:55 left to go here in the first quarter. Pell City on the move inside that Coosa Valley Mortgage red zone. Scott, they've got it down to the 13. 2nd and 9, though. Need to make something happen here. Again, Caleb Gross still in at quarterback. Reese to one side, Hicks to the other. Shotgun formation. Under pressure, and he's going to be dropped, unfortunately, at the 20-yard line. Oxford gets the sack.
Yeah, he was looking to go to the right side. Didn't have a receiver open, and the pocket just absolutely collapsed on him.
Yeah, wasn't much time at all before that pocket collapsed, and now really difficult situation. 3rd and 15 for the Panthers. Players looking to the coaches on the sideline, getting the play in. Still Gross at quarterback. Baylor went out after his headgear came off. 2 running backs set. Hicks to his side. Reese the deep back. Gross is going to back up. Takes the shotgun. Now he's going to throw it. Throw it down to Reese. Nice little play for some yardage. Reese battling. He's going to get down to about the 10.
He twisted and turned, and he got an extra couple of yards on his own by twisting. Now we're going to see a field goal attempt, it looks like.
Yeah, I thought Caleb Gross was going to drop back to pass, and then I thought he was going to run. And as he was taking off to run around the left side, he saw Reese open up, and he dumped the ball over to him.
Sailor Richard comes out onto the field to see if she can hit a 29-yard field goal.
Smith the hold. The kick is up, and it is going to be no good. Didn't get good leg into that, talking about Richard. So Pell City missing a scoring opportunity there. So with 3:04 left to go, Pell City still trailing Oxford 7-0. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River.
Thinking about buying your first home? Then Coosa Valley Mortgage can help you unlock the door to home ownership. With first-time home buyer programs that can put you in the home of your dreams. Conventional, FHA, USDA, VA, or construction perm options. Call 205-884-2665 or visit CoosaValleyMortgage.com to see what Coosa Valley Mortgage can do for you. Coosa Valley Mortgage, we've got you covered.
Equal housing lender, NMLS 198757.
Okay, welcome back to Oxford, Alabama. It's 1st and 10, Oxford Yellow Jackets from their own 20. Quarterback in the shotgun with running back beside him, a receiver in motion, 2 receivers down low. He's going to throw it into the flat. Receiver catches it, running back catches it, I should say, and going to take it for about a 5-yard gain before they're thrown out of bounds by number 1 Keller.
Yeah, Colin Smith had a block on him, which prevented him from getting out there quickly. But man, they're doing these sideways and little dink and dunk passes is what you call it, and they're getting big yards on it.
2nd and 5. After this play, we're going to go down to Matt Coulter, who has some information for us about one of our Panther players. Quarterback in the shotgun. Hands it off to the solo back behind him. He's going to push forward down to the, or I should say up to the 29, maybe the 30. It's going to be really close to a first down here. What you got for us, Matt Coulter?
Missed field goals on Matt Coulter. I asked Saylor right before the game, fully expecting her to say she liked kicking off the artificial surface. It's flat, it's even. She said, no, I'd rather kick off natural, so maybe I put the whammy on her. I'm sorry, Richard, I really am.
Thank you, Matt Coulter, our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter, and they're not even going to measure. I thought it was a little short. The officials say it's enough for the chains to move, so it's 1st and 10 now, Oxford, from the 30. Quarterback Robertson in the shotgun. He has a running back to his right. Now a running back comes in motion. 2 receivers up top. He gives it to the back beside him. He's going to break a couple of tackles and spin up to the 35.
We're kind of overshooting that running back as he comes through. He's a little scat back. I mean, a little bitty guy. But, boy, he can absolutely juke and jive and move, and he made like 4 Panthers miss right there.
The running back, number 23, 5'10", 160, D.K. Wilson for the Yellow Jackets. Quarterback for Oxford, Samuel Robertson, a 6'1", 175-pound junior. He's in the shotgun. Wilson in motion. He's going to throw it out to Wilson in the flat once again. Wilson is going to get by a Panther defender, but let's go down to our sideline reporter. I think he had a good eye at that block in the back.
Yeah, they're gonna call Oxford for yet another penalty, and if my memory is any good, I believe that's 6 on the Yellow Jackets. By the way, I know I'm a little bit older, but jersey numerals aren't a whole lot easier to pick up down here either, guys.
Yeah, something about that white on gold or gold on the back of the white jersey. As we have a hold against Oxford, and I think we also had a block in the back against Oxford, so Pell City will choose the penalty that'll back the Jackets up the most yardage. And as Matt Coulter was talking about, I believe that's 6 penalties in the first quarter that have gone against the Yellow Jackets, most of them fairly obvious penalties. That one certainly was. And they're going to back the Jackets up, Scott, I believe, all the way down to the 20-yard line, 21-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 2nd and Anniston for Oxford to go as far back as they are. One thing that would help us is if the Panthers would have bright orange numbers or bright Halloween numbers or something that we can see for us old people.
It's going to be 2nd and forever, as Scott said, 2nd and 19. 1:42 left to go in the first quarter. Oxford up on Pell City 7-0. Robertson in the shotgun. He has 2 backs in the backfield. Throws it out in the flat once again, something they're really testing Pell City's defense. That time a nice job by Herring, number 5, and number 10 for Pell City, Marquise Bedford.
Looks like a loss of about a half a yard. It'll bring up 3rd down and 20. What's in the playbook for 3rd and 20?
Yeah, that's a great question. Typically don't have a play in the playbook, especially for 3rd and 20, unless you want to throw the ball downfield. And they haven't tested the Panther secondary deep thus far as we go under 1 minute left to go in the first quarter. 3rd and 20 as the Panthers did defend that play, that pass out into the flat. And now Robertson will back up in the shotgun once again. Running back beside him. Triplets up top, 1 receiver down low, and the referee is going to stop action. And it looks like somebody took a timeout. It's going to be a timeout. Oxford will take it with them. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River.
Looking for a little more comfort in your life? Don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. And at Allen Service Company, they'll show you the full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems. Turn to the experts at Allen Service Company, where financing is available, subject to credit approval. Call 205-338-2311, 205-338-2311, or visit online at allenservicecompany.com.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help. but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Bart Perry in Pell City.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Okay, back to live action. It's 3rd and 20. Quarterback in a shotgun for Oxford. He drops back to pass. Slings it downfield across the middle. Nice hit across the middle by, was that number 5, Herring?
Yeah.
Yes, it's Herring.
Matt Coulter says yes. We'll see it on the replay too, Matt. Strike across the middle, but as soon as he catches the ball, it's Herring getting him at the 30.
You know, he had a great game last week, and he's picking it up. By the way, no heat timeouts. Ron Burgess, the referee, told me before the game that stopped last week, but I need one.
We'll see if we get the punt off before the end of the first quarter here, and I don't think he is going to get that off. So that's the end of the first quarter, folks. It's 4th and 8 as Oxford will be punting up on Pell City 7-0. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River.
Since 2002, State Representative Randy Wood has been serving the people of District 36 with pride and integrity. Randy Wood also knows what it's like to run a small business, having owned and operated Wood's Auto Body Shop for years. And Randy also served in the Alabama National Guard. State Representative Randy Wood, a proud supporter of athletic and academic excellence in Alabama schools. And go Panthers!
This is Teresa Carden with Lake Home Loans at Classic Home Mortgage. Our team works together to carry you to your goal to purchase or refinance for better rates, shorter terms, or cash out, or all three. Good luck to the Pell City Panthers for a winning season. Play-by-play and working together, you can win. Let our team take you play-by-play to your home loan goals. Teresa Carden, Classic Home Mortgage, 205-405-0603. That's 205-405-0603.
Okay, welcome back to Oxford, Alabama, everybody. Pell City getting set to receive the punt. Kentrell Borden back at his own 38, stepping back to his 35. Punt is away, and he'll make a fair catch at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, I was watching the punter in warm-ups, and he was able to hit some good spiraling punts of around 45, 50 yards, and he was getting a 15 to 20-yard roll on it. So we got fortunate there that he didn't put it out a little bit further.
Let's see who's coming out at quarterback for Pell City. Looks like Caleb Gross will continue to be the quarterback. Matt Coulter, if you get a chance, let me know if Baylor Smith was injured in any way. Well, it looks like I think I just got the answer to my own question as Baylor Smith trots out onto the field.
Wide receiver.
At wide receiver. Grows from the shotgun. He's going to pull it down himself. Not a lot going on. He's going to meet a host of Yellow Jackets at about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, trying a little bit of imaginative play there, letting Gross run it up the middle. And I was looking at big number 75, Caden Aldridge. Boy, he is absolutely pushing some boys back on that defensive line.
Aldridge, one of those hosses on that Panther front. Gross will pick up a couple, they say, to make it at 2nd and 8. We're familiar with Gross running the Wildcat, so seeing him some more at quarterback. Drops back in the shotgun, and he didn't have much time there, and what time he did have, he just kind of panicked, going down for a big loss.
Yeah, he was looking at going down the field, but they came around the corners and got to him a little bit faster than what he was expecting.
Yeah, Gross, as he grows, will learn just to fire that away somewhere where nobody's around, but hung on to it a little too long. Going to drop him for about an 11-yard loss. 3rd and 21 now for Pell City. Early goings of the second quarter. Going to fire it to Borden out in the flat. Borden's going to step right into an Oxford defender. He's going nowhere.
Yeah, it looks like a good defensive battle so far here tonight. The one positive that we've got going for us is Oxford is committing a lot of mistakes on offense or while we're on offense and just getting us down the field. Unfortunately, we didn't get the benefit there during that series. Now we'll have to punt the ball and play some good defense.
Jake Blackstone in for the Panthers to punt. The ball will be snapped from the 28. Blackstone standing inside his 15. The Oxford return man is at his own 40. Going to have a whistle right here before the punt. And Scott Elliott says delay of game. I'm looking at the white hat. He agrees with Scott Elliott. Delay of game, that's going to back us up 5, and that's not going to help the Panther cause, Scott Elliott.
We need to make sure that we get that snap back to Blackstone because, we've had some issues snapping over his head, and that one is a little to the side. We got away with that one. He got a good punt off.
Yeah, he's lucky didn't get it blocked. And the Oxford man comes up, which to field it inside Panther territory already, it's going to bounce off him, but unfortunately it gets out of bounds before a Panther can grab it. So field position has swung the Oxford Yellow Jacket way here as they will start this drive inside the Panther 50. The Panther side of things, I should say, from the Panther 48.
We need to watch out for that little swing pass is what they've been doing and running around in. They've had some good success at that. We need to make sure we tighten it up the middle.
Robertson brings that Yellow Jacket offense out. He's got a single receiver down low, 2 up top. Running back just to his left, about a step behind him. Now a receiver tight end comes in motion. Give is to Wilson. He's going to battle up the middle, but good pursuit by that Panther defense.
That's what we need right there. Give him a yard and a half. We'll take that all day long. But the linebackers came up, stepped in, and was able to hold him to a yard and a half.
Bringing up a 2nd and 8 for the Yellow Jacket offense. About to go under 9 minutes here to go in the first half. Oxford still protecting that 7-zip lead against our Panthers. Robertson in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Wilson. Wilson around that left side. Big number 72 on that tackle for Pell City.
One thing that this has done is this quarter and this half is going by pretty quick. They're keeping a lot of it on the ground. Not a lot of time stopping. This should be a really quick half for us.
I think that was Hunter Otwell on the tackle there. Had that number. That's number 22. Again, Robertson in the shotgun. A tight end comes in motion. A running back in motion as well. He's going to hand it off. Looks like there was some movement. Scott Elliott says false start against the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, it was on the H-back. He took a quick hop before he was supposed to.
And again, that is correct. It's going to back up the Jackets 5. And Matt Coulter, that might make it 5 penalties.
I don't know, it may be 7. Good call, Scott. It was the H-back shifted, and then he lifted up, and that's another penalty.
Like I said, we'll take penalties all day long as it keeps backing them up.
3rd and 9 now. After that latest backup, Oxford will have it from the Panther 47. About to go under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Robertson in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to the running back, who's going to break it up the middle. Nice little gain up across the 40.
Going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down.
One of my favorite Panthers, Sisson at the bottom of that pile from his linebacker position.
Looks like they're keeping the offense out on the field.
Yeah, kind of in that position we see so often. Anytime it's around the 30 to 40 yard markers, teams often go for it. Oxford going to do so here on a 4th and 2. Robertson from the shotgun. 2 receivers down low. Again, the tight end and H-back in motion. He's going to hand it off. Pell City with some pursuit in the backfield. And he jumps at the last moment before he's met up by Herring.
It is going to be awfully close. I mean, it'll be a foot either way.
Scott, let's watch this defensive pursuit as the ball's going to go around the Oxford right side. It's Wilson taking the handoff. Great pursuit there by number 1 for Pell City. Keller doing a nice job. Turning and player inside is Herring, and then finally bringing him down.
Going to have a measurement out on the field. It is awfully close. I think he's got it maybe 6 or 7 inches.
Ooh, I hope you're wrong.
I hope I am too, but just from what I see here.
Keller did a nice job stringing that running back out, but then he jumped at the last minute, and I think it's going to be just short of the nose of the football.
Wow.
And Pell City stood. That's an inch short, folks.
Wow. Well, my John Simpson eyes failed me.
Well, we'll take it. That's one time we're glad they failed. I can hear the Panther coaches next door. They are fired up about that stand.
Matt, what you got over there?
Nobody could have seen that. I'm standing just 20 yards from them. I couldn't see. And it's so close that they've got to take the change back to the hash mark just to make sure they put it in the right place. You mentioned Sisson a minute ago, number 11. Nice to have him back. He sat out with a shoulder injury against Talladega last week, and he tripped up that play and helped bring up a change of downs. And the Panthers got the football.
All right, thank you, Matt Coulter, our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter, with that update. And yes, sir, indeed, it's nice to have Matt Sisson back in the lineup. He did play last week briefly, but then sat most of that game out as we had it well in hand. Back in action tonight, and still Gross at quarterback from the shotgun, a back on either side. He's looking downfield. He's going to go over the top, but he overthrows number 14, Colin Smith, who was double covered by a few yards.
Yeah, just put a little too much air under it. There is a slight wind, and it was at his back, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that, which helped him overthrow.
That's kind, Scott Elliott. Looking out for our Panther players. No kidding, there is a stiff breeze blowing north to south here at Lamar Field. 7:13 left to go. Gross in the shotgun, running back on the other side. This time the inside give to Hicks, and Hicks is stacked up.
Yeah, he's going nowhere. I think he lost a yard on – well, no, they're going to give him the line of scrimmage. He made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
Oxford had it blocked up.
Yeah, that Oxford D was clogging up the middle as you see the stiff wind as Adam Stocks and Michael Stocks give us a great view of the American flag blowing in the wind there. Here in Oxford, Alabama in a Region 7 6A matchup. One Pell City would love to get in the win column against their arch rival and nemesis, the Oxford Yellow Jackets. Gross in the shotgun, running back to either side. He's dropping back to pass again. He's going to look downfield, and Scott, so far, he's just been a little long on everything.
Little long, but also Borden got held a little bit. That wasn't called, but, it is what it is. I'm just curious about what's up with Baylor Smith.
Well, we saw Baylor. He's obviously healthy because he's come in at receiver. He did have his headgear knocked off, and since that time he has not returned to the QB position. But obviously he's healthy because he is playing. Gross has taken over. Scott, bottom line, outside of Oxford penalties, Pell City not getting a lot going offense thus far.
Yeah, I think we've got more offensive or more penalty yards than we do actual yards.
Blackstone back to punt. He'll kick it away.
Good kick.
Oxford return man is going to let it bounce. Takes a Pell City roll for a minute, and it's going to roll dead at the 24-yard line before it's down. Halfway through the second quarter, 6:18 left to go, and the score remains 7-0. Panthers going to have to get something going on offense, and defense is playing tough since the opening drive touchdown, but need to get the ball back quick, see if we can get this Panther offense one more opportunity to score before the half.
Yeah, we need to be able to get a hold of that ball and get some score, whether it's 3 or 7. We need to get something up on the board to get some momentum.
Robertson back with one running back to his side. 2 receivers up top, 2 down low. They're going to fire it out into the flat where they are met immediately and held on to. That was a great defensive play by number 7, M.J. McClooney.
McClooney held him up, and it was the old school, you hold him up and you go over there and pop him a time or two. We had a couple of Panthers hit him, knock him back a little bit, and that's going to be a loss of 4 on the play.
Yeah, McClooney just runs through the block as I'm watching it on replay and then doesn't give up as he holds onto that ankle so the rest of the cavalry can come in and wrestle the Oxford receiver to the ground. Second and 14 from the 20 now. Robertson in the shotgun. He claps. Nothing going. Pell City defensive line moves but doesn't come all the way across. Now the snap. He's going to throw it to the side again. This time it's
backwards.
Yeah, that time it's a backwards pass, and it's so far backwards, Scott, that the receiver has to dive just to catch it.
Yeah, that's a loss of 7 on the play.
And, Scott, we've seen them work these sideline passes, but it seems like the Panther defense is onto it now. These last two well defended.
Yeah, the Panthers are getting around their coverage, and this is going to make it third and Weaver to go, something like that.
Yes, they're moving from the south end zone to the north. They have just about that distance. Going to be looking towards the Weaver-Anniston area to get a first down. Under 5 minutes in the half. Quarterback from the shotgun. He'll drop back looking downfield. He's going to fire across to his right. And wow, Kentrell Borden body slams the receiver. Borden showing some strength at 170, 175 pounds. We'll watch it on the replay here, Scott.
Yeah, it's a great play by Borden. Comes up, plays him off a little soft, and then wraps him up, doesn't let him go, and that's a WWE slam right there. Matt, what you got over there on the sideline?
Our corners are starting to pinch a little bit, which is a gamble because you can do you can run a go route too. But right now we're pinching up, and it's putting a lot of pressure on them to pass. And that lateral a minute ago is that was crazy. It was smart. The Yellow Jackets to go ahead and jump on it.
Absolutely. It's kind of baffling up here seeing it.
Here comes the punt. Borden standing at his 50. He'll be driven back. And the ball's going to hit at about the 40, and then an Oxford Yellow Jacket jumps on it before it finishes rolling. So Pell City catches a break by not the best play by the punt team of Oxford.
Yeah, if he would have let that go, he might have got an extra 10 yards. But fortunately for the Panthers, he made a oopsie.
Yeah, it was an oopsie. And, the punt was a great punt. Borden standing at midfield at first, and he's going to get driven back, decides not to field the ball, lets it bounce, and the Yellow Jackets bail us out because that ball might have carried on down inside the 35 or 30-yard line.
Baylor Smith's back in the game.
Baylor at quarterback, as Scott Elliott just mentioned, coming back in. Running back to each side, 2 running backs up top, 1 down low. Baylor's going to take it himself. Not a lot going on up the middle there.
No. He ran right into a brick wall. Unfortunately, only gets about half a yard, if that. Have to see what the coaches got in the playbook now.
Yeah, it's really would be nice, Scott, as we go under 3.5 minutes, if Pell City could put a drive together here and get this thing tied back up. Pell City had 1 scoring opportunity as they got inside the Coosa Valley Mortgage red zone. We walked away with a short field goal by Sailor Richard, and other than that, Pell City hasn't even sniffed the end zone. Baylor drops back. He's going to fire it downfield to a diving Colin Smith. Pell City just not connecting with their receivers here early.
Looked like he might have got a little help in going forward there, but I haven't seen the replay, so I don't know.
No flags on the field, and it looks like Pell City going to take a timeout to work up this 3rd and 9. Let's take it with them. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River.
The Territorium Haunted House and Amusements dares you to come visit. Come brave the twisted corridors of the Territorium. But beware if you do. If you're too scared, come ride the Big Eli Ferris wheel or the Haunted Castle Dark Ride. Look us up on Facebook. The Territorium Haunted House and Amusements in downtown Oxford. Scare if you dare.
At Pell City Internal and Family Medicine, we provide a full range of healthcare solutions for all of your family members, from newborns to senior adults with our board-certified physicians and medical professionals. Established in 2012, Dr. Barry Collins, Dr. Rick Jatani, and Dr. Alinka Presakaru are here to serve your medical needs now and into the future. Open 7 days a week at 41 Eminence Way in Pell City. Call 205-884-9000 or pcifm.com.
All right, back to Lamar Field. Smith in the shotgun. He's going to dump the pass off to 14, Colin Smith. Colin makes a move, takes it upfield across the 35, drops the ball, looks like he gathers it back, and wow, we may have a decision-making time here. We are going to be short of the first down, Matt Coulter, but just by a yard or two. It's 4th and 1.
Not nearly as close as the last measurement. I don't think you're going to have to do that, but it looks to me Coach Lee's going to gamble.
Baylor Smith in the shotgun, a running back on either side. A single receiver down low in Colin Smith. Borden up top. Play clock down to 8.
Borden's defenders playing him like 6 yards off. All we've got to do is get 2 yards.
Pell City going to call another timeout. I think that was just to see alignment possibly. Will we punt now, or will we actually try to go for the first down? We're going to stay here at Lamar Field in Oxford.
Going to give you an update on a score that's happening in St. Clair County. The Springville Tigers are up 14-0 over Scottsboro Wildcats. That score is in the first quarter.
We'll take a look here at Pell City's upcoming schedule. A lot of road games here in the second half of the season. After tonight, we'll move on to Calera next week. And then Arab on 10-1, October 1st. Springville, October 8th. We'll be at home. That'll be our final home contest of the year, the only home game remaining. Fort Payne on the road, 10-15. Scottsboro on the road at 10-22. And October 29th, we close out with May Jemison. Pell City coaches elect to punt the ball away. 2:13 left to go here in the first half. Blackstone standing at his 33-yard line, field a low punt. He'll kick it away. Oxford return man content to let that bounce. It's going to take a Pell City roll inside the 15, and we will spot it down there just inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, get a good kick and good roll by Blackstone. Need to pin them deep, and unless something happens here, Pell City might not get the ball back in this half, but we need to hold them.
Yeah, Scott, I think that's first things first. Time 2:03, so obviously Oxford going to be in their 2-minute drill. Hurry up if they really have intentions of trying to score. Pell City really needing to hold them here, keep this a one-possession game regardless of how much time is taken off the clock. We just don't want any more points on the scoreboard. 3 receivers down low, 1 up top. Now a receiver comes in motion into an H-back position. Handoff to Wilson. He's going to break it around left end, then he'll meet a host of Panthers. Takes a big shot from number 22, Otwell. Number 9 over there for Pell City as well, Jaden Coleman.
Looks like Oxford is content on going in up to 7 at the half, and they're not in any kind of hurry up right now.
Still a minute and a half left to go. It'll be 2nd and 5. Oxford from their 19-yard line. Quarterback again in the shotgun with a running back to his side. Trips down low, a single receiver up top. Quarterback dropping back. He's going to fire the screen, and he is met immediately by big number 65 and then finished off. Who finished him off there, Scott? I know it's hard with I've got my binoculars. Looked like number 45.
It does look like 45.
Dunneville on the stop there. How's that Panther defense looking down there, Matt Coulter?
Real good, and you're right. Oxford's very, very satisfied to sit on the 7-0 lead and take it into the locker room.
3rd and 3 now as we go under a minute. Quarterback running this time. He's going to run around, catch a block, turn it upfield, and going to be a nice tackle by Herring. We do have a flag on the field, and Scott Elliott all on top of that as he shows me it's holding. Indeed it is, Scott. Did you see the holding going on down there?
I think there was 2 or 3 of them. I believe the referees just picked out the closest one they could see. Remember, here at halftime, Matt's going to be talking to Coach to get his insights on the first half and the way things are going.
Yes, indeed, Scott. We will go down to our other sideline reporter as Scott Elliott's beside me doing color tonight. I'm Lance Bowman filling in for Adam Stocks. Adam doing video production tonight. We've got everybody sitting in different seats. Michael Stocks up here running the cameras, and, of course, we're once again very happy to have Matt Coulter filling in for Scott as our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter tonight. And folks, that back Oxford all the way up to the 10-yard line. They're probably going to let a lot of clock run here now. Pell City got a chance to maybe get the ball back here. Quarterback drops back. He's going to fire deep, though. Nobody's out there as he fires it to Pell City's sideline.
Why would you do that?
And Scott Elliott asked a great question. Why would Oxford do that? That's just going to stop the clock.
And make them punt. All it takes is a fumbled snap. They're back on their 10-yard line.
Well, listen, Matt Coulter's a sports guy and a smarts guy. He can tell us. Matt, what were they doing there?
You got me. I've been doing this a long time, and I thought really they should have lined up in, just a safety offensive play and take a knee, because I don't think we were going to call a timeout. But now we're going to have a chance to get the ball back, and we do have one timeout remaining.
Pell City return man. He is standing at his 40. He's going to field a fair catch at the 44. So now with 27 seconds, Pell City at least has a shot if they want to take it, Scott Elliott.
Yeah, and we have one timeout left. We only have one timeout left. So at worst, if we can get in field goal position, that's what we need to do. We need to get some points on the board before we go into the half.
Well, this will be interesting to see. Number one, who comes out at quarterback. Number two, what the first play is here. Pell City does have one lone remaining timeout. 27 seconds left to go here in the first half, and we still trail Oxford 7-0. First and 10 from the 44-yard line.
Colin Smith does have a mismatch on our side. He's a little bit taller than his receiver. Let's see if we go to them.
Running backs on each side of Baylor Smith. He's going to fire it out to Kentrell Borden. Borden's got a block going down the sideline. He's going to stay in bounds, though, and tackled at the 40-yard line. Clock never actually started. And they're going to say Pell City timeout as this clock operator kind of made up for himself and ran a couple seconds off there. So all things considered, it's probably about right. We see Borden get a block there. He's going to take it around for about 4 or 5 yards to the 40. But, Scott, with the time remaining and no timeouts left, the middle of the field is really not an option for Pell City or is a running play. That'll be the end of the half. You got to fire it deep and you got to work the sidelines.
We need some more penalties. That's what we need. We need some more penalties. Just kind of move us down 5-10 yards at a time. We'll be all right.
Well, in all seriousness, sometimes when you put the ball in the air on a deep route, you get somebody grabbed, you might get that 15 yards. But whatever it is, it can't burn clock, and it's got to stay outside the field of play to stop the clock, meaning if Pell City catches it inbounds, got to get out of bounds.
This team, this Oxford team, does look like we can catch them in the second half. They don't look like they've looked over the past several years. I think if we do a little tweak here and there, we can come out in the second half and show a little something.
Got to get something going on offense. They actually, during the timeout, burned more time off the clock. So we're starting at 22 seconds on this 2nd and 6. Smith with running back on either side, Reese and Hicks. 2 receivers down low, Gross up top. Shotgun formation. Dropping back, he's going to fire it to the sideline. Reese is going to stay in bounds. That's going to do it for the half right there, unfortunately. I don't think we'll get another playoff. We may try if we really hurry, but it had to stay in bounds, Scott. That's what I was saying. Baylor Smith would have been wiser just to fire it into the seats, and just not what we wanted to do. We actually lost yardage on the play. All right, folks, we'll go down to our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter, and he'll get a word with Coach real quick.
Coach Oxford, with all their mistakes and the penalties, tried to give us a shot, just got to capitalize.
Yeah, we got to get the offense going right now. I think, first drive defensively, we made some mistakes, missed some tackles right there, but I think we're settled into a pretty good groove defensively. We got to go make some big-time adjustments on offense right now at halftime.
Are you good alternating with the 3 and the 12 at quarterback?
Not real sure right now. 12 seems to be a little shaky right now on some stuff right there, but we're going to try to get it fixed at halftime, and we'll see how it goes.
You're sure in it.
Yeah, we're in it right now.
All right. Great conversation there between Matt and Coach. We're going to take a break here and reset everything. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River.
I'm Laurie Brazier, a realtor with Fields Gossett Realty right here in Pell City. I grew up on Logan Martin Lake and have many special memories of skiing, boating, and cookouts with family and friends. My husband and I bought our first lake home back in 1999, and that began an adventure of making new memories with our own children here in the beautiful Pell City area. I'd like to help you find a way to make memories in your new home. That's my specialty. listening to your needs and helping you buy or sell your own home.
McSweeney Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram says it's tailgate time. Show up and show off in a new Ram 1500 4-door starting from $34,999 while supplies last. During Ram Power Days, the Pell City Truck Pros feature the largest heavy-duty truck inventory in the Southeast. Buy a new Ram 1500 4-door starting from $34,999 at McSweeney Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. I-20 exit 158 under the biggest American flag in Central Alabama.
Your exclusive Bobcat dealer for East Central Alabama is Bobcat of Gadsden, and they're a full-line Bobcat dealer for construction and agriculture. They specialize in parts, service, sales, and rentals. And right now they have up to $3,000 in rebates on new purchases and great financing rates. Bobcat of Gadsden, same-day delivery on rentals, factory-trained service technicians, and they're ready to serve you. Call 256-563-4001.
Looking to break free with internet that will not hold you back? Only Hargray offers the fastest internet in town with unlimited data.
I was finally ready to buy my first home after renting for the last several years. As I started my search, I got overwhelmed by how many websites and confusing listings there are. That's when I found the experts at ERA King. To me, ERA means expertise, reliability, and activity. I depended on them to find a home in my budget, and they didn't stop working until the keys were in my hands. ERA King. To us, it means always doing the right thing for every client. What will ERA mean to you? Find out at eraking.com.
Okay, welcome back to Oxford, Alabama and Lamar Field, where Oxford holds a 7-0 halftime advantage over our Pell City Panthers. And Scott Elliott, looks like it's about time for the Panther Marching Band of Gold, brought to you by Good Game and Company, to take the field.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Pell City High School Marching Band.
Great halftime show sponsored by the Good Game Company. Pell City Panthers band looking really, really good out there. And that's the first time I've seen the gold come over the band. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice job by the Pell City Marching Band of Gold. 9 minutes left to go here in the halftime show. It'll be Oxford's turn in just a minute. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River.
Since 1989, Metro Bank has continued to build on the philosophy of friendly, caring bankers that work to meet the needs of everyone in the community. Whether it's personal or business checking, investment accounts, consumer and commercial lending, home mortgages, equity lines of credit, and more, Metro Bank would love the opportunity to serve you. Come home to us, Metro Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Adam Stocks, owner of 94.1 FM The River. Thanks for watching high school football here on our social media platforms, whether you're watching Pell City or Springville. Also want to thank our advertisers who support us and allow us to bring this product to you absolutely free of charge. You pay nothing to watch this broadcast thanks to our advertisers. So if you need their services, please give them a call. If you know them or you're around town, stop by, let them know that you appreciate them supporting our communities and our teams, and we ask that you do the same. If you have a business that you would like to get in front of nearly 20,000 eyeballs every Friday night, between Pell City and Springville, nearly 20,000 views for these two football broadcasts, you can shoot us an email, adamstocks@theriver941.com. That's adamstocks@theriver941.com. Go Panthers, go Tigers.
Good Game Company has been a mainstay in St. Clair County and far beyond since 1955. A strong supporter of local schools and charities, Good Game Company is a believer in giving back to its communities. With nearly 100 employees, their projects include Honda of Alabama, Benjamin Moore, WKW, Metro Bank, and the All-American Ford. Good Game Company, proud to support local athletics and academics.
Main Street Drugs in Pell City wants to serve you by providing fast and friendly service, convenient drive-through, and home delivery. All major insurance plans are accepted, including workman's comp claims, free COVID vaccines, and wellness checks for PHIP insurance plans, including spouses by appointment. And the gift shop has everything you need to show your team pride. Football spirit wear, game day jewelry, stadium bags, hats, home decor, and more. Like them on Facebook. Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop, your hometown drugstore.
Whether you need storage for a jet ski or a full-size RV, Dooley's Boat and RV Storage is the only name you need to know. Offering the largest covered storage around Logan Martin Lake, they have 24/7 gated access and running state-of-the-art surveillance cameras. All units have power and water's available, and they also offer by-the-foot storage for jet skis and small vehicles. Dooley's Boat and RV Storage, Highway 231 South at 160 Lakeshore Drive in Cropwell.
Thinking about buying your first home? Then Coosa Valley Mortgage can help you unlock the door to home ownership. With first-time home buyer programs that can put you in the home of your dreams. Conventional, FHA, USDA, VA, or construction perm options. Call 205-884-2665 or visit CoosaValleyMortgage.com to see what Coosa Valley Mortgage can do for you. Coosa Valley Mortgage, we've got you covered.
Equal housing lender, NMLS 198757.
Okay, folks, welcome back to Lamar Field in Oxford, Alabama. Pell City trailing the Oxford Yellow Jackets 7-0 as we continue the halftime show. You'll hear the Oxford marching band in the background as we're 5 minutes until the second half kickoff. Scott Elliott, a defensive struggle in the first half, and Pell City really getting nothing going on offense.
Right. The best thing that Pell City had going in the first half was that Oxford kept making mistakes. They kept tripping and stumbling and holding and everything else. And on one series, we got 4 first downs, 4 penalties because of mistakes that they made.
Well, the lone highlight of the evening was via Oxford. We'll see it here on the replay. Going to see a running back just sneak down. Took me a couple of times even to see him sneak through there, right into the middle of the field, takes the catch, Waits on his blocks. Nice blocking set up by Oxford. Only one man can make a play, and it's a nice stiff arm by number 18 for the Yellow Jackets. He'll take it in for 6, and that was the scoring in the first half. Extra point was good, and it's 7-zip. Pell City had a field goal opportunity by Sailor Richard. Came up short. I'm not sure if somebody got a hand on the football or if she just didn't get her foot into it as she would have liked to, but the kick came up short. I believe it was a 29-yard attempt that she was short on, and Pell City just going to have to find a way to get some offensive production here in the second half.
One thing that Matt brought up is he had talked to Sailor before the start of the game and see if she liked to kick on this artificial turf. This turf is a lot different than what you would see at, say, Jacksonville State. At Jacksonville State, the beads are much larger. These are little bitty, tiny, almost the size of BBs down there, and if you step wrong, it could throw you off balance a little bit.
If you look on, as you're watching at home on the live stream, you'll see the Panthers, and shouldn't giggle, but it's just unfortunate for those guys, and thankfully it's not wet tonight. It's not raining on them, but due to the construction here at Oxford High School, that's the visitors' locker room. They're under a shed. They're under a metal roof over there with a couple of porta potties, and got some bleachers set up. And that's where they did their halftime, which, all things considered, it stayed dry and kind of cool tonight.
It is. It looks like the rain might have skipped us. This is the proverbial, hey, Bubba, go to the outhouse and turn left. That's where we're going to be. Let me give you some scoring updates on that note. Some local scores that I've got. We've got Springville up at the half, 14-0 over Scottsboro. Center Point is leading Moody 13-0. Leeds all up on Hayden 20-0. Victory Christian and Talladega County Central. The last thing that I've got is they're knotted at 0. Lincoln's up on St. Clair County at the half 7-0, and Etowah is jumped up on Asheville 21-0 at the half.
Appreciate those updates, Scott. As we get some football scores from around the listening area. Tonight, it's all about 6A Region 7 and our rivalry against the Oxford Yellow Jackets. We'll take a look at the standings. I didn't get all the way through them earlier. Arab surprisingly on top, 2-0, 3-1 overall. Southside 2-0, 3-1. I'm telling you, Southside's got a pretty good team this year. Their only loss, I believe, is to Lincoln. First game of the year, and Lincoln's a 5A. To check and see how well the Golden Bears are doing so far this season. Oxford 1-1, 2-2. Playing us tonight, of course. Fort Payne 1-1, 1-3. We'll be seeing them later on in the season. Pell City comes in 0-1 with that one loss to Southside in region, 1-2 overall. Springville winless in the region as well, 0-1, 1-2 overall. And Scottsboro 0-2, 1-3 overall. Those are your Region 7 standings.
It's going to be an interesting rest of the year because we have 3 games on the road. We've got 1 at home, and then we go back to 3 more on the road.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at that right now, Scott. Our 2021 Panther schedule, obviously at Oxford tonight after the big homecoming win last week. Calera next week on the road. 1st of October, we'll play Arab, who is atop the standings in Region 7 right now. Then we'll return home for our final home contest of the year. We'll face Springville. Then Fort Payne on the road, Scottsboro on the road, and October 29th, we'll wrap it up with May Jemison. So a lot of important Region 7 contests to come, and hopefully some winnable games there as well.
Absolutely. The Springville game is going to be a huge game for both teams, with it being Pell City's last home game for this year, and it's going to be senior night. We're going to take a quick break before we get back to the action. You're listening to Pell City Football on 94.1 The River.
Looking for a little more comfort in your life? Don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. And at Allen Service Company, they'll show you the full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems. Turn to the experts at Allen Service Company, where financing is available, subject to credit approval. Call 205-338-2311, 205-338-2311, or visit online at allenservicecompany.com.
The Territorium Haunted House and Amusements dares you to come visit. Come brave the twisted corridors of the Territorium. But beware if you do. If you're too scared, come ride the Big Eli Ferris wheel or the Haunted Castle Dark Ride. Look us up on Facebook. The Territorium Haunted House and Amusements in downtown Oxford. Scare if you dare.
Since 2002, State Representative Randy Wood has been serving the people of District 36 with pride and integrity. Randy Wood also knows what it's like to run a small business, having owned and operated Wood's Auto Body Shop for years. And Randy also served in the Alabama National Guard. State Representative Randy Wood, a proud supporter of athletic and academic excellence in Alabama schools. And go Panthers!
At Pell City Internal and Family Medicine, we provide a full range of healthcare solutions for all of your family members, from newborns to senior adults, with our board-certified physicians and medical professionals. Established in 2012, Dr. Barry Collins, Dr. Rick Jatani, and Dr. Alinka Presakaru are here to serve your medical needs now and into the future. Open 7 days a week at 41 Eminence Way in Pell City. Call 205-884-9000 or pcifm.com.
Welcome back to Lamar Field in Oxford, Alabama, where we're going to go down to the one anchor, the one steady we've got on the show tonight. That's Matt Coulter. He's a voice you can trust. Matt Coulter, our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter. Matt, save us, man. How's it going down there?
Well, I'll tell you, the weather's really cooperated. My poncho and my umbrella has stayed over there underneath the tent. I hope that's where it stays. It's really turned into a nice, almost a nip of fall in the air. It's still a little bit humid. But here's the deal, guys. I've been looking at this and trying to run the ball, establish a run, trying to establish the pass by throwing out into the flats, the corners, and space. The team that can complete a pass or two over the middle, I think, can break this open, because right now there's too much pressure on both quarterbacks to do that. So we'll see if our Panthers can't do that in the second half, or whether it's 12 or 3. We'll find out in a minute.
All right, Matt Coulter, we appreciate it. Back to live action here. I want to thank our title sponsor once again, Hargrave Communications, McSweeney Automotive. We always want you to support the great sponsors that help us bring the live action to you, whether you're listening on the radio on 94.1 or live streaming via Facebook or YouTube. Kickoff down to the 20-yard line where the Oxford man will catch it. He breaks across the 25, meets a host of Panthers at the 30-yard line, where it'll set up and be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Number 10, Marquise Bedford in on the tackle.
Bedford's one of those quick guys that can get anywhere, anytime, and definitely need him on his game tonight.
And as Matt Coulter talked about some of the struggles these two offenses have had, I couldn't be in more agreement, Scott. I mean, it's going to come down to who can produce from the quarterback position in the passing game. It's been a stalemate since that opening drive by Oxford. Oxford quarterback takes the snap from the shotgun, gives it to the lone back in the backfield. He's going to break it around the right side, jump across the 35-yard line. Official's going to give him a nice spot there too, Scott. It kind of looks like he gave him the roll too, as they're going to be second down and make it second down and 2 from the 39. Favorable spot there by the officials. Robertson in the shotgun. Receiver going to come in motion, set up as an H-back, running back to his side. It's going to go handoff again, this time met immediately by Riley Searles, and then a host of Panthers come in to help Searles out, led by Hunter Otwell.
They're going to
Bossy
give him.
in there.
I'm sorry. They're going to give him a forward progress back to the line of scrimmage before we were able to push him back 8, 9, 10 yards.
Watch on the replay as you see it. Searles making the big hit there. Then Otwell comes in. Looks like number 9 also gets a lick in there for Pell City. Jaden Coleman from his defensive back position. That's what we got to see as a defense. Always continue to run to the football. They're doing a nice job so far tonight. Quarterback in a shotgun position for Oxford. He's got an H-back, a running back to his side. Now the tight end comes in motion, 2 receivers up top. Handoff once again to the back, and once again the Pell City defense saying nothing doing.
Absolutely. No. He just gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 2 from their own 39-yard line. Now keep in mind that the what slight wind there is right now, and it's very slight, it's not what it was earlier, is going to be in the face of the punter. So if we've got any advantage at all, we're going to have just a little bit of wind going in his face.
How about that stop? 2nd and 2 turns into 4th and 3. 2 big defensive plays by Searles, then followed by Sisson. Oxford punter standing at his 26. Borden standing back at his 35. Ball is up. It's a good high spiral. Borden's going to call for a fair catch at the 28-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, Pell City. 9:41 left to go here in the third quarter. Pell City trailing Oxford 7-0, and what we're all looking for, whether it's myself, Scott Elliott to my right, or Matt Coulter down there on the sideline, we're waiting to see if Pell City can get some offense going.
Yeah, it looks like Baylor Smith is coming back out under center right now. He's going to have wide to the far right. Well, going to have wide to the far right. Well, if we can get the player on. Two wide left.
Smith in the shotgun. Hicks behind him. As Scott said, 2 receivers down low. The ball's handed off to Hicks, and just a host of Oxford Yellow Jacket defenders wrapping him up. And we just haven't seen the Pell City offensive line establish holes or an ability to win up front so far in the running game. You'll have to excuse us tonight. We don't have our Allen Service Company stats. We've got a skeleton crew up here. David and Allen not with us, but I'll tell you, there hasn't been a lot of success in that running game at all. Again, Smith from the shotgun. Hicks the lone back. Smith drops back. He's going to fire it out. Big hit by the Oxford defender. That's going to go to Borden, but Borden, man, he got stuck immediately.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to lose a couple on that play.
Not the kind of highlights we want to show, Scott, but Adam going to give us a replay here. You see the defenders, they're seeing it all the way, and nice lick pass by the Oxford defender, bringing up a 3rd and 9 now for Pell City.
Did we have a flag on the play? We did.
Okay. Thank you, Scott. We got a personal foul against the Yellow Jackets. Roughing the passer. I did not see it. Let's go down to our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter. Matt Coulter, did you see the hit?
I saw the hit, and to be honest with you, it worked our way. Let me just put it that way. But I do know he was a little hurt. He fell on his shoulder. He got back up, but he's still in there. So let's see what he can do now. We've got a fresh set of downs.
Smith from the shotgun. He's looking downfield. There's a pass. He's looking for Smith. Smith comes across the middle. He makes the catch. He's still on his feet. Down to the 10-yard line, Scott. Matt Coulter talked about who could throw the ball downfield as we were entering into the first half. Well, here it is. Big throw downfield by Baylor Smith. It's the Smith-to-Smith connection. And I tell you, I like Colin Smith more and more every week. We're going to watch on the replay here. Beats his man off the line. Ball's already in the air. Smith was going to him no matter what. Colin gets a step. Then he fights with the defensive back and does everything he can as he takes it down to the 10. Back to live action. Baylor, under pressure, just throws the ball into the turf. Best thing he could have done right there. So Coosa Valley Mortgage Red Zone is not a place the Panthers have been but a couple of times tonight. Need 6 here.
Absolutely. We need to look towards Kentrell Borden. His defender's playing off of him a little bit, and he's got some speed. If he can get in the open space, he's gone.
Kentrell Borden, of course, the senior wide receiver, as the ball now just outside the 10-yard line. Baylor Smith takes the snap. He's looking in Borden's direction. He fires it to that side of the field, but it's actually for a cutting Caleb Gross. And that pass is going to be incomplete.
Pell City needs to capitalize on this big gain and get it punched in. We're not going to have many opportunities to get this this kind of play from us.
I was hesitant until I made sure it is 3rd and goal, folks. The ball was touching the 10. Pell City cannot get a first down, can only get 6 here. 3rd and goal from the 10. Quarterback drops back. He's going to throw the screen. It's there. Oh, the blocking was set up. Really would have liked to have seen our running back, Reese, take it, just go with it there. Take it upfield. He kind of hesitates, waiting for some blocking to set up and going to get run out of bounds at the 5. Screen is set up well. When he caught it, I thought we might have been in. I think he just makes the wrong cut, to be honest. Cut it to the outside when I wish he would have cut it to the inside. I've got the luxury of replay, Scott, but I think when Day Reese sees that on replay or on film, he'll wish he had cut it inside as well. We're going to have another Sailor Richard field goal opportunity, a 23-yard attempt. It's up, and it is good. So we do get some points out of it.
Yeah, we'll take points any way we can get it right here. This is a huge defensive battle. 8:07 to go in the 3rd quarter, and 7-3.
Just letting you know we're going to keep it here.
Okay. Let's go down to our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter, Matt Coulter.
I stood right underneath that one. I feel bad for Sailor because talking about how she didn't like to kick off of this artificial surfer. But this particular play, it was on the hash mark. The other one was in close, and give her a break on that. But that one split the uprights and didn't even hit the netting. It came right over my head and went out of bounds. On the board, you guys know this. You've been around the game long enough. When you get rid of the goose egg, sometimes the points start to fall. So let's hope that's what's about to happen with Bell City. But that big Smith-to-Smith connection is what set all this up.
Matt Coulter, we needed 2 scores anyway, unless we were going to get a 2-point conversion. So I think we can celebrate. We got it out of the way. The goose egg's off the board. One more score, if our defense can continue to hold Oxford, would put Pell City in front. Congratulations to Sailor Richard getting that field goal after missing an earlier opportunity. Appreciate Sailor being able to come back strong for us with that 3 points. Nice job by the Pell City offense as well. Best drive of the night. High pooch kick is going to be returned from the 25. Oxford return man breaks it to his left, and he's going to be abruptly met by a Panther right there. Number 28, running back, playing special teams for Pell City, making the tackle. Number 28, Adarius Burton.
Yeah, we're gonna see what Oxford, see if they've learned anything coming out here in the second half about Pell City's defensive play. Pell City's defense has not looked bad at all coming out here in the second half, and we just need to keep it up.
Pell City's defense doing a nice job so far. As Scott said, hopefully they keep it up. 1st and 10, Yellow Jackets from their 31. Quarterback Robertson in the shotgun. He's going to hand the ball off to Wilson. Wilson breaks a tackle and is going to go across the 25 to the 26, where he's brought down by number 36 for Pell City. Nice job by A.J. Wells from his linebacker position there.
Gives up 5 yards on the play. Going to be 2nd and 5 from the 36-yard line of Oxford.
7:30 and kicking left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Oxford quarterback in the shotgun formation. He's got twins up top, twins down low. He's going to fire out in the flat. That ball's going to be dropped. Ref catches it. I was hoping so. He had the tough angle, but the ball was dropped to the turf. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
We took advantage of that one. He just it was right in the breadbasket. It was one of those should have caught, but Pell City got a lucky break there. 3rd and 5 from the 36-yard line.
Oxford quarterback once again, as he has been all night, from the shotgun. Twins up top, twins down low, running back to his side. He's dropping back to pass. He's going to fire it across the middle. Did Pell City get there early? And it looks like they're going to say he did. It was close. Number 5, Carlos Herring.
I think he got there just about a half a second before. Let's take a look at the replay and see.
Yeah, Herring breaks well on the ball, but the position was, a quarterback can make it or break it. He throws the ball on the money. Herring can only come through the receiver to get to the ball, and he does get there early. And this time it's the Pell City defense, the Pell City penalty that is going to keep an Oxford drive alive. Herring, of course, our Metro Bank Player of the Week last week. We'll be naming one again later. And I'll tell you, that's an award that's wide open, Scott. We're waiting on somebody to make a play for Pell City.
Absolutely. We need somebody to step up and do what they need to do to get this lead back.
1st and 10 from midfield. Quarterback pulls it in, and then he met Mr. Sisson. I need a little hot sauce.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's watch it on replay. This is my guy right here.
Somebody get a number of that train that came through.
Got to like a physical linebacker. Mr. Sisson tracking him. Watch number 11, folks, because he's fixing to meet him right there. Boom. That's a thump.
He'll feel that one tomorrow.
Drew Sisson. Matt Coulter, that's why I've been praising him so much. I know you haven't had a chance to see him play a lot yet in your 2 games, but Sisson brings a lot of that to the table. Scott Elliott says we got a false start. Go ahead, Matt.
We'll take it back. Hey, another penalty on Oxford. I know we don't have our Allen statistics, but my count says that's 8, maybe 9. But you're right. Sisson will tattoo you.
I don't have enough appendages to count how many penalties that they've had. I mean, I'm going to have to start taking my shoes off here in a minute.
Halfway through the 3rd quarter, it'll be 2nd and 13 after the 5-yard penalty. Oxford quarterback in the shotgun. Got an H-back and a running back to his side. 2 receivers down low. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to fire, and that is an excellent play by Panther defensive back Carlos Herring.
Wow, what a tip, what a tip. He saved a big catch right there. He just laid out, tipped the ball away, and Oxford was unable to capitalize on that pass.
Adam giving us a replay, and probably a first down if Herring doesn't jump in there and tip it away. That's perfect work by the safety, Carlos Herring.
Puts Oxford in a 3rd and 13.
Huge 3rd down for the Panther defense right here. We got them in 3rd and long. A receiver up top, running back beside the quarterback in the shotgun. Trips down low. He's going to fire across the middle again. No flag. Oh, this one's going to be a little bit tougher. We'll have to see this on replay. I think this is a bailout right here, folks. Let me take another look at it. Receiver across the middle. That's a tough call because it's a poorly thrown football. Feel like Oxford got some help. What do you think, Matt Coulter?
Well, from my side, he hooked him a little with his left arm, and they're gonna call that. And the official that's behind the play could see that, even with all that. And I was pretty close to it. It could have stuck it in the pocket.
Yeah, well,
I'm a little partial.
Well, you did have the bird's eye view there. I couldn't really see what he did from behind the receiver, so thank you for the fair call, Matt. We try to be fair when we can. It was a tough call, but quarterback pulls it back. He's going to take it himself, and he'll go across the 35 down to the 33 on the 1st and 10. Now under 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, and Scott Elliott, we need to slow this drive.
We do, and one thing that I've noticed about the quarterback, when he does decide to run the ball, he carries it out just a little bit. Maybe if we can punch that ball out, we can get something going with that.
Scott Elliott calling for the turnover. I think it would be a perfect time. Quarterback in the shotgun. He's going to hand it to Wilson this time. Wilson's got a big hole. He's in open space, and he's going to go the distance. Big hole opened up, Scott, and the running back hardly got touched on that 32-yard scamper.
Pell City was looking for bumping it outside and just was blocking that way. Didn't see it coming up the middle, and unfortunately that big scamper for Oxford puts them up 13-3.
Awaiting the PAT, Oxford with the benefit of a couple of Pell City pass interferences, keeping the drive alive and then capitalizing it on the 32-yard run by Wilson. Awaiting the PAT here. Hold is down, kick is up. It is good. It's 14-3 Oxford now. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River.
I'm Laurie Brazier, a realtor with Fields Gossett Realty right here in Pell City. I grew up on Logan Martin Lake and have many special memories of skiing, boating, and cookouts with family and friends. My husband and I bought our first lake home back in 1999, and that began an adventure of making new memories with our own children here in the beautiful Pell City area. I'd like to help you find a way to make memories in your new home. That's my specialty, listening to your needs and helping you buy or sell your own home.
The Territorium Haunted House and Amusements dares you to come visit. Come brave the twisted corridors of the Territorium. But beware if you do. If you're too scared, come ride the Big Eli Ferris wheel or the Haunted Castle Dark Ride. Look us up on Facebook. The Territorium Haunted House and Amusements in downtown Oxford. Scare if you dare.
Welcome back to Lamar Field in Oxford, Alabama. 5:31 left to go in the third quarter. Oxford tacks on another touchdown now with an 11-point lead, 14-3 as they get set to kick off. They'll be kicking off from the 40, of course. Pell City deep man Kentrell Borden. It's going to be a little squib kick. Pell City fails to jump on it. That's going to be Oxford's ball. Pell City has to be alert there and go after the football. They do not, and Oxford is going to get the football back. Yeah. Perfectly executed here, Scott, as we'll see on the replay. They're just looking to find space on the field. The up man's got to come get that football. He backs away from it, and that's going to be Oxford football. That's a tough break for the Panthers.
Yeah, we can't do that and give them the ball. Plus, great field position. They're going to be inside the 35 down to the 34 with 5:29 to go in the third quarter.
7-0 game at the half. Pell City scored on their opening drive, but Oxford returns the score and now gets the onside, the pooch kick.
Halfback pass.
And just missed there. They were looking downfield. They were looking for the turnover and the quick strike, Scott, and just overthrown the hands of the outstretched receiver who was inside the 5. He basically came to a rest right around the goal line after he dove for that one. Yeah, Pell City lucky.
They were looking at the dagger. They're looking at putting the dagger in the chest of Pell City. But luckily he tripped up and didn't catch that ball.
Robertson once again in the shotgun, Scott, and he has a running back to his side, trips up top with a single receiver down low. 2nd and 10 here. He's going to drop back, fire it off to that left side. He's got a block. He's going to cut it up across the 30, down to the 26-yard line. Somebody's headgear came off, and that's a Panther. That's number 5, Carlos Herring. He'll have to step off for a play, and I don't think he was feeling too well after he lost his headgear.
I don't think so. It looks like his head might have bounced a little bit. I'm not sure.
Matt Coulter,
trainers are headed over there now.
Excuse me, Scott. Matt, you had an excellent view of that.
I had an excellent view, and actually one Panther hit another Panther, and fortunately he popped up. You got to remember in situations like that on that pooch kickoff, you can fair catch.
Scott, Matt, that's what we needed, a fair catch attempt. Now, we did have laundry on the field, and I see Oxford backing up. We'll get the call from the White Hat right here. It was holding against the Yellow Jackets, so that's going to help the Panther cause just a bit, fellas, as it's going to be 2nd and 18 now. 5:14 left to go. Pell City trailing Oxford 14-13 here at Lamar Field in Oxford, Alabama. Robertson, the Oxford quarterback, number 4, he's in the shotgun. Has a receiver in motion coming in as an H-back. Handoff goes to number 10. And he's met by a couple of Panther defenders, Scott. Number 22, Hunter Otwell, and number 51, Riley Searles.
They tried to run it up the middle there. Pell City had that all over covered. Just want to give a quick shout-out to all the fans of both Pell City and Oxford. Great crowd here tonight, especially considering there was the threat of rain. I mean, a great crowd on both sides. Want to thank everybody for coming out tonight.
Number 10, Miguel Mitchell, the wide receiver DB, who also lines up as a running back quite often. He is the lone back beside his quarterback, Robertson, in the shotgun. Robertson drops back. He fires it to his left. Ball is going to bounce on the turf harmlessly there. It's 4th down. Now, let me double-check that because it is indeed 4th down. 4th and 18. Oxford should punt the ball away. And that is a major, major stand by the Pell City defense, Scott Elliott.
It is. And Oxford quarterback, he's just underthrown those last two little screen passes. If he would have gotten them to his receivers, they might have got a few yards, but luckily receivers heard the footsteps.
Oxford punter will stand at his 45. Back deep, Borden, fair catch. Borden's going to let it go, get into the end zone, and it does. Whew. That was too close. And Borden does it right. The general rule is if it's 10-yard line or less, let it go. And Borden lets it hit, and it does get the bounce into the end zone. This ball will come out to the 20-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, Borden dug his heels in and said, "Nope, I'm not going to get it. I don't want to get I don't want to get yelled at on the sidelines for doing that." Smith comes back out under center.
Smith has Reese to his right. 2 receivers down low. Now 1 in motion. You'll get 2 up top now. Shotgun for Smith. He's going to drop back and roll to his right. He's going to throw it back across to his left. And thought we might get a call because the DB never found Reese, but he didn't make contact either, so the ball's going to bounce dead there. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, we need to exploit some of those corners, especially Smith. Smith's got number 18 for Oxford covering him. There's a little bit of height difference right there, and Smith's got some wheels on him.
Quarterback Smith in the shotgun. He'll drop back. He's looking to his left. Pell City receiver falls down. They're going to say incidental contact. It was number 7, MJ McClooney, going straight to the turf. The feet were tangled up. Thought we might get a call, Scott Elliott. I heard the coaches next door in the booth calling for it.
Matt, what'd you see over there?
Well, unfortunately, I might have to go with a call on the field. Sometimes it's just incidental contact. And the receiver, McClooney, DB, feet tangled up. Let's go to the next play.
Indeed, we will. Matt Coulter, 3rd and 10. Smith dropping back. He's going to fire to his right. We got a wide receiver screen, and he breaks through it, but then gets tackled at the 30. That's going to be close. I mean, I'm telling you, he does a nice job talking about Borden running around. There was a lot of bodies over there, and he fought through the initial contact. We'll see it on the replay here.
We got a player down for Pell City. I think it's Borden. I can't see the number from this far.
Borden right there at the 30 when he's hit, and we do have a player down. I think it's nothing more than a cramping issue, guys.
It's Borden.
And it is Borden. Thankfully, looks just to be cramping. And he's going to get some help up, and he'll be okay. So keep an eye on that because that's one player we need in the lineup. Borden was the receiver that took the screen and then took some hard contact right at the 30-yard line. Now I'm trying to see where the ball is spotted. And the nose of the football is literally
on the
30-yard line. I mean, this is going to be close if they give it to us right now or if they say it's 4th down.
I think we're just a hair shy.
No, the tip of the ball did touch it, and that's all it has to do.
Okay.
So it's just like breaking the plane in the goal line, and that is going to be a Main Street drugs and gift shop 1st down, and it was desperately needed, Scott Elliott.
Absolutely. My John Simpson eyes failed me again. I'm going to have to get on to him.
Baylor Smith barking out commands to the Panther offense. Deontay Reese, the lone setback, 2 yards behind him. The snap to Smith. He's going to hand it off to Reese. Reese explodes around right in, puts the ball on the turf, and I hope it got out of bounds or it's going to be Oxford ball. And by the way, Oxford celebrating. He just put it on the turf here. We're going to see it on the replay.
Matt, what'd you see over there?
Well, almost looked like he slid out of bounds as he recovered the football, but I was pretty near it, and I think it's going to end up being Oxford's football, no question.
One thing Adam noticed is when your running back runs to his right, he wants to have the ball under his right arm. Deontay Smith had the football under his left arm, and that drew the contact, and that's kind of peewee football. We like Deontay. He's a heck of a player, but he's got to have the ball in the other arm right there. He's running to his right side. Oxford quarterback from the shotgun. He's going to sling it out to his right. Looks like some either good blocking or holding because there was nobody over there for Pell City. Scott Elliott felt like he saw some holding, but no hankies on the field. They're going to take it down inside the 20, down to the 15.
Just a little bit of hold there, but refs didn't see it, so it didn't happen, right?
Did not happen. Coosa Valley red zone for the Oxford Yellow Jackets from the 15. 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter, already up 14-3, and they're trying to tack on some more. That ball's also going to bounce. That's a few times now that he's been working the sidelines. He'll throw it to his right, then he'll come back to his left. That one just short-armed his wide receiver, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Looks like he has trouble throwing to his left. When he throws to his right, he hits his receivers perfectly, but that's like 3 in a row that he's short-hopped his receivers.
Robertson in the shotgun. Wilson to his left. Trips up top. Single receiver down low. As we've seen all night, one of the receivers comes in motion to an H-back position as they get set to run it. Wilson cuts it up, gets that block from the receiver in motion, and he'll take it down to the 10. They've done that all night, Scott Elliott. They'll have 3 receivers up top, send him in motion, and try to get an unbalanced line.
Matt, what you got over there?
Well, I'm just feeling for the defense. You know, we had that one long drive, Smith to Smith, and Richard gets the field goal. We put it on the board. The exception of that very quick drive, this defense has been on the field the majority of the third quarter here, and we got 2 minutes left.
Starting to see some signs of fatigue down there too, Scott. Robertson drops back. He's looking into the end zone. Now he's going to pull it down and run to his left. He's got green grass in front of him, and he'll take it in for 6.
Wow, wide receiver was holding over there and didn't call it.
See the quarterback here, everything in motion to the right, Scott, and he'll fake that throw, and that's got the entire Panther defense minus 1 defender up top. He just has to beat that guy. And I do see some outstretched arms, as Scott Elliott said, by that Oxford wide receiver. Refs didn't feel like it was enough contact. 20-3, awaiting the point after touchdown for the Yellow Jackets. And they are going to blow this dead. We had some type of movement, and this may go against Pell City. I think we came across early. That's a half the distance to the goal penalty. And that'll be a decline penalty by Oxford. Just keep the kicker right where they are. They're not going to go for 2. They're going to still go for the PAT. So we'll do it again. The snap, the hold, kick is up, kick is good. It's 21-3 Oxford. 2 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River.
Hi, I'm Adam Stocks, owner of 94.1 FM The River. Thanks for watching high school football here on our social media platforms, whether you're watching Pell City or Springville. Also want to thank our advertisers who support us and allow us to bring this product to you absolutely free of charge. You pay nothing to watch this broadcast thanks to our advertisers. So if you need their services, please give them a call. If you know them or you're around town, stop by, let them know that you appreciate them supporting our communities and our teams, and we ask that you do the same. If you have a business that you would like to get in front of nearly 20,000 eyeballs every Friday night, between Pell City and Springville, nearly 20,000 views for these 2 football broadcasts, you can shoot us an email, adamstocks@theriver941.com. That's adamstocks@theriver941.com. Go Panthers, go Titans.
Okay, back in Oxford, Alabama. Again, 2 minutes, 2 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Oxford tacking on another touchdown. Scott, that one hurt. 21-3 now, the Yellow Jackets breaking out. Matt Coulter, our sideline reporter, made a note of the glory days from Oxford with those 4 state titles. Kind of looking like those guys right now, Matt.
Yeah, we said in the pregame, and I think accurately shows. Oh, then now they're going to squib it. Go, Smith!
Matt Coulter filling in a little play-by-play for us as it's a squib kick. He takes it at the 45. Go ahead, Matt.
Well, Oxford has just got such a great tradition. So does Pell City. But, Oxford's got the 4 Alabama trophies in the end zone to my right. And now for this quick little spurt, they've turned into the Oxford of old. However, our offense is back on the field. After the squib, we've got great field position, good time. Smith to go up top. Let's get a couple of completions. Let's set up the run. Hicks can gash and dash, get in the end zone. Ball game.
Baylor Smith from the shotgun. Hicks to his side. Baylor looking downfield, rolling to his left. Doesn't see anybody now. He's just holding the ball. He's going to have to throw it away. Might just want to throw that one out of bounds next time, Baylor, but does fall harmlessly to the turf where it'll be 2nd and 10.
Got lucky and didn't have strong pursuit on the backside. He rolled out to his left, and luckily the pursuit on his backside was a little bit slower than he was, or that would have been a big loss for Pell City.
1:48 left to go in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. Baylor Smith in the shotgun. He's got Hicks behind him. 3 receivers up top. Colin Smith down low. Snap. The handoff's going to go to Hicks. Hicks breaks around his right end. And again, the ball is lost by Hicks, but that time they're going to say contact.
He's getting up limping, too. I think he got hit right in the shin.
He took a hard shot. We'll see it on the replay here, Scott. It was one of the better runs of the night. Good job blocking on that right end. And then here comes Hicks, and the DB doesn't back down. He just charges Hicks, goes down low, and Hicks takes a lower leg shot. As we're about to go under a minute, 3rd down and 3. Handoff to Day-Day. Day-Day cuts, bounces around, tries to stretch it out, but just not much doing. It's going to be 4th and at least 2.
Well, in the situation that we're in with a minute to go in the third quarter, down by 18, we need to try and step up and see if we can do something here, but it looks like we're bringing the punt team on.
Yeah, they actually say that Deontay Reese made no positive gain, so it would have been 4th, or it is, I should say, 4th and 3. Punting situation for Blackstone and the Panthers. And at some point here soon, we're going to have to start going for those 4th and 3s. The ball in Oxford territory at the 49. As we go under 30 seconds, the snap to Blackstone, and we're going to have a flag on the field. Did you notice what happened?
False start.
Going to say, Scott Elliott says false start against the Panthers. And he's been right all night, folks, so my money's on Scott Elliott here. White hat is backing up. Well, it's actually not actually the white hat, but one of the officials backing up Pell City on a 5-yard false start. That'll take it back into Pell City territory from the 47. Blackstone will do it again. Blackstone gets the snap. It's high. It chases him back. And a flag may have just saved us there, Scott.
Yeah, I think we got another false start.
Well, it's the best false start we could have had because the snap was high. Blackstone was in retreat running backwards, and there was a defender coming. So that might be the best 5-yard penalty Pell City's had in a while.
Yeah, we've had some issues these first few games of getting snaps back to Blackstone, and something we might need to work on a little bit. There we go. Get a good one there. Another flag on the play. Have we got another false start, 3 in a row?
I believe it was. And 1 saved us, but 3 is a little embarrassing. That's tough. Got to get some things straightened out there with our punt team.
Hey, Matt, are the coaches screaming just a little bit over there on the sidelines by you?
There's a reason I'm standing on the 5-yard line. I don't believe I've ever seen 3 penalties like that in a row, but the one in the middle really did save us because Oxford was about to get the football at about the Pell City 15-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Pell City's called a timeout now, so coaches can regroup them and say, hey, we can't keep going further back and back and back. We got to get it going forward sometime.
I'm telling you, guys, after a great drive, or really what boiled down to a huge pass play, a Smith-to-Smith connection, got it down 1st and goal from the 10. We're able to come away with it some points, which at that point, being a 7-3 game, you're excited, you're back in the game, and since that time, it's just been all Oxford.
Yeah, Blackstone's been back there ready to punt, but he can't kick the ball. I mean, he hasn't had an opportunity to kick it, let's put it that way.
Oh, that one's high again. He is going to field it, going to be able to punt it away. Punt is going to get a Pell City roll. Return man comes up, alertly grabs it where he'll be taken down right there at the 35. All things considered, and the fact that we probably lost a solid 15, 20 yards field position, we're fortunate that Oxford has the ball at the 35.
We're very fortunate that they didn't get in there when that high snap was, and that we did jump off sides, because like Matt said, if we didn't jump off sides then or jump early, they would have had the ball inside the red zone.
Now with 3.4 seconds left to go in the third quarter, we've got a Panther offense that will need the break between quarters because they've been on the field almost the entire third quarter. Robertson takes the snap. He's going to give it to the running back, which is Wilson. Wilson fights through a couple of Panther defenders and will take it across the 40 to the 41, and that will be the end of the third quarter. It's 21 Oxford, Pell City 3. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River.
Your exclusive Bobcat dealer for East Central Alabama is Bobcat of Gadsden, and they're a full-line Bobcat dealer for construction and agriculture. They specialize in parts, service, sales, and rentals. And right now they have up to $3,000 in rebates on new purchases and great financing rates. Bobcat of Gadsden, same-day delivery on rentals, factory-trained service technicians, and they're ready to serve you. Call 256-563-4001.
Main Street Drugs in Pell City wants to serve you by providing fast and friendly service, convenient drive-thru, and home delivery. All major insurance plans are accepted, including workman's comp claims, free COVID vaccines, and wellness checks for PHIP insurance plans, including spouses by appointment. And the gift shop has everything you need to show your team pride: football spirit wear, game day jewelry, stadium bags, hats, home decor, and more. Like them on Facebook. Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop, your hometown drugstore.
Welcome back to Oxford, Alabama. Lamar Field, where the Oxford Yellow Jackets have taken a commanding 21-3 lead, a game that was 7-3 in the early happenings of the third quarter, I should say. Now the Yellow Jackets with the ball again from their own 40, where it will be 2nd and 5, and a Panther defense that has spent a lot of the second half on the field. Robertson, the Oxford quarterback, from the shotgun. Wide receiver in motion. He's going to throw it out to him in the flat. Once again, it's a low pass, Scott.
There's a hanky on the field over by the quarterback. Holding Oxford.
Might be one Pell City wants to decline. They've already lost the 5 yards.
Yeah.
I'd say decline it and make it 2nd and 15.
Yeah, they would lose 6 yards. It would be 3rd and 11 if they declined it. They're going to back them up.
Coach says he wants the yardage, and it will be a considerable mark-off. They had the ball at the 40. That's going to take it all the way back to the 20, 25, maybe 26. So I kind of understand Coach going that route. The hold was in the Yellow Jacket backfield, so ball's all the way back to the 26-yard line, where Oxford will have 2nd and 20. Robertson, the Oxford quarterback, standing at his 20. A running back to his side is Wilson. Receiver in motion coming down low. That'll bring 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Firing it across the middle and immediately hit by number 9, Coleman. Borden and Coleman in on the defense. And, Scott, they put a hit.
Great defensive play. Great defensive play. Stopped a big pass that could have gone for a first down. Let's go down to our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter, Matt Coulter.
Boy, they just turned the Yellow Jacket receiver into a sandwich right there. That was a big hit, and he held on to that one. It would have been a heck of a catch. Concerning the penalty just a minute ago, I think you guys finally figured out the math and the numbers and the yardage just finally catch up with them because we're not moving the football very well.
3rd down as Oxford's Wilson breaks a run to the outside, and despite all that down in distance, he makes a nice 17-yard run, and it's going to bring up interesting situation here. 4th down. Be 4th and 2. And looks like, guys, we've got an injured Oxford player on the Pell City sideline by the chains.
Is that the running back?
I believe it is number 23, Wilson, who took a big shot over there. Had a nice run, but then took a hard hit. Oxford trainers coming over to the Pell City sideline.
Pell City could have got him back only at about a 10-yard gain, but there was a couple of arm tackles attempted out there. Unfortunately, didn't grab a hold of him, but we did stop him before he was able to get the first down. So it's going to be 4th and 2. Yeah, 4th and 2 is what it looks like it's going to be when we start back play.
Player still being attended to. Across the way. What you got, Matt?
Well, you know, he's just a little bitty water bug. He's a scat back. And sometimes when you lay the wood to a guy like that, unfortunately the injuries follow. But, well, I thought he was up. Yeah, there he is. But he is not necessarily walking off the field under his own power. Certainly he's okay. He opened things up for Oxford with that, 60-yard run back in the first quarter?
Yeah, it looks like he's favoring a knee or an ankle the way that he's walking.
DK Wilson, 5'10", 160 pounds. Only a freshman, guys. That's a 9th grader out there.
We'll have to contend with him for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I would say he's got a bright, bright future for the Yellow Jackets, and it's good to see him. I mean, he obviously has got something going on with a lower leg, but walking with a little bit of help, but not having to be carried off or anything like that. Oxford will punt. Punter standing at his 32-yard line. Kentrell Borden standing at his 27-yard line. And believe it or not, guys, we got a flag on a punt. I think that one may be a delay of game.
Matt, is this number 9 that we've got going here? Are you keeping up on your toes?
I don't know what the over-under is on this. I think we've hit double digits. I think that's number 10.
Could be double digits for Oxford Yellow Jackets. Oxford punts it away. Borden signals fair catch once again. He's going to let it bounce, though, and it's going to take an Oxford roll inside the 25 down to the 23, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panther offense. We'll keep it here. 10:55 left to go in the game. And, guys, talking to Matt and Scott and Adam here beside me doing the video production tonight, we need something from the Panther offense, and we need it quick.
Yeah, we definitely do. We're going to have 3 down here on the near side, 1 up on the high side. That's going to be Colin Smith out by himself. See if we can get something going here this series.
Baylor from the shotgun with Marquise Bedford to his left. Baylor drops back. He's looking to his right, fires it across the middle. That ball is going to bounce low in front of the intended receiver, Kentrell Borden.
Yeah, just a little bit underthrown. Borden had to try and slide and catch it. Unfortunately, it hit the ground before he did.
Well, as we opened up the season with Leeds and we got shut out there, did a little bit better the next week against Southside. And last week we thought we got our offensive woes settled, but it's been a struggle here tonight. Wide receiver screen. This might be one of our bigger plays of the night. That's going to be a Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down. The wide receiver screen was set up well, as we'll see Kentrell take the catch. Nice block right there, and take it across the 35-yard line. That's how you want to operate, and it's just been too few and far between for the Panthers tonight. Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down, Pell City at the 36-yard line. Smith drops back in the shotgun. He's going to fire it out to his right. Colin Smith goes up high. Oxford DBs win the battle against the blockers, and they're going to drop Colin for a loss.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to fall back around 2.5 yards, losing on that play. He had to jump up to catch that ball. It's thrown just a little bit high for him. If it hits him in the breadbasket, he may be still running now.
Scott Elliott, that'll bring up a 2nd and 12 as the clock goes under 10 minutes. Baylor Smith in the shotgun. He's going to drop back to pass once again, fire it to his right side again. He's got a receiver. Receiver doing a nice job catching it, cutting it up the middle. That's Colin Smith. That's going to be another Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down. Watch Colin Smith catch this ball and just take off, Scott. Just a quick hitter. Breaks through the tackles. That's what you got to do. Catch it and go. Nice job by Smith taking it.
Matt, what you got over there?
It's all the difference in the world when you put the ball on the numbers.
Absolutely.
Baylor Smith drops back. Throws it out to Marquise Bedford. Bedford makes a defender miss, makes 2 defenders miss, still on his feet. And, man, he's going to take it all the way down to the 35-yard line of Oxford.
Looks like coaches have decided that the screen pass, swing-out screen pass is going to work. They're going to try and exploit the corners of the Oxford Yellow Jacket defensive line and DBs.
Another Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down as Pell City putting together a good drive here in the fourth quarter. Baylor Smith taking the snap. He's going to hand it off to Bedford. Bedford's going to get hit almost immediately. He might stretch that out for a 1-yard gain. Took a big hit from an Oxford defender.
Yeah, as soon as he got that ball, almost like pinball action happening there. He just kind of got bounced around a little bit.
It's a good description, Scott, as Pell City has 2nd and 9 now. Baylor Smith pointing out directions to his receivers. Bedford to his right. 2 up top, 1 receiver down low, and it's like somebody's going to call a timeout here. Timeout. Oxford Yellow Jackets will take it with them. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River.
I was finally ready to buy my first home after renting for the last several years. As I started my search, I got overwhelmed by how many websites and confusing listings there are. That's when I found the experts at ERA King. To me, ERA means expertise, reliability, and activity. I depended on them to find a home in my budget, and they didn't stop working until the keys were in my hands. ERA King. To us, it means always doing the right thing for every client. What will ERA mean to you? Find out at eraking.com.
Looking to break free with internet that will not hold you back? Only Hargray offers the fastest internet in town with unlimited data as well as local service and tech support. Try Hargray stress-free with no contracts and a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you want speed, reliability, and great value, call 205-350-9885. Go to hargray.com for more and switch to Hargray today.
All right, welcome back to action here in Oxford, Alabama. Pell City 2nd and 9. Baylor Smith in the shotgun position. Bedford to his right. He's got 2 receivers down low, 2 up top. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. He's looking to his right. He's going to fire incomplete. That's going to be short. Intended receiver was Kentrell Borden. Going to bring up a 3rd and 9.
Kind of looked like a misread there that Borden might should have gone out a little bit more. And Smith just threw it to a place to where he was supposed to be, and he wasn't. That's just my assessment. Miscommunication.
Yes, seemed like what I saw as well, Scott. 8:44 left to go, 3rd and 9. Pell City trailing Oxford 21-3. Baylor Smith directing his running back, Bedford, to his right side. 2 receivers up top, 2 receivers down low. Baylor Smith drops back. He's going to fire to his right. There was some contact there.
Oh, my goodness. Where's the holding?
Yeah, a little bit surprised nothing was called there. We'll take a look on replay.
Matt, what'd you see over there?
I saw the receiver on the ground. The ball was still in the air. That's what I saw.
A lot of contact there, but no call. 4th and 9. Pell City going to leave the offense on the field. Kind of getting in that do-or-die territory now for the Panthers. 4th and 9 from the 35. Snap to Baylor. Baylor looking downfield. He's got an open receiver, wide open. Caleb Gross is going to walk into the end zone. Blown coverage by the Yellow Jackets. Give Pell City 6. That's a Panther touchdown. And, man, it almost lulled me to sleep. It happened so easily, guys. Watch Caleb Gross down low. Baylor's just going to drop back and think, wow, looked like he was going that direction the whole time, but nobody's on Caleb Gross, who will literally walk in for 6. Won't see an easier throw and catch, Scott Elliott.
That defender tried to do like a bump and run on his offensive player, which is unusual. We're going to see Saylor Richard try and get the extra point here.
Pell City running a special teams player on very, very late. Somebody forgot their job, but he gets there in time. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. The kick is good by Saylor Richard. It's a 21-10 game all of a sudden. We're going to keep it here. We're going to keep it here as Pell City has climbed back in to the game here. We're going to look at the replay one more time. 35-yard touchdown pass. Caleb Gross runs right by his defender. Baylor Smith says, I'm chunking it out to him, and it was a good decision because Caleb Gross was running by himself down the near sideline, takes it in for 6.
Looks like the safety didn't look for him, the Gross, to kind of keep going. He may have looked for him to cut inside, but he just did what we call the old fly pattern. Kept on running, and the ball just landed right in his hands. Now the question is what do you do here if you're Pell City? Do you try and squib it? Do you try and onside kick it? What do we do?
I think with 8:32,
you're down by 2 scores.
Yeah. You know, it may be time if you've got something in the bag of tricks to try right here. You may be right, Scott. Matt Coulter?
Still got your 3 timeouts remaining. It's 8:32. Your defense has come up with some 3 and outs here. I'm thinking you go ahead and kick it away and put it back in the hands of your defense. We'll see what Coach does here.
Blackstone getting ready to kick it off from his 40. He does an onside kick. Didn't have the desired result, so Scott Elliott wins the tip bat between Coulter and himself. Just kidding. There was no wager.
It's all right.
I was kind of leaning with you, Matt Coulter. Actually, I thought there was a little more time. Maybe next time around, try that. Didn't get that high bounce we wanted to get there on the onside kick. It'll be 1st and 10, and now our defense has really got to bail us out. Oxford will have the ball at their own 47. 8:32 left to go. 21-10. We need a big defensive stand from the Panthers here. Robertson from the shotgun. He's going to hand it off. Oh, he faked me out. He takes it around the left side. And flags are coming in from everywhere before there's a big stick by number 2, Kentrell Borden. I think this one's coming back, guys.
It's coming back. Penalty's going to be on number 16 for Oxford. He tackled Carlos Herring.
Good fake. He got me at the fake. And now we're going to see him break. And there's the hold right there as Carlos Herring. Scott nailed it. Carlos Herring was tackled, and then quarterback was rudely met by Kentrell Borden. But Scott had the hold. We all saw it there. Number 16. You saw it live. We saw it on replay. That's going to back it up to the 44-yard line. Bring up 1st and 13. Remember, holding calls are spot fouls, so it was downfield a little bit. A lot of movement along that front. Hand off to number 18. And going to be a nice open field tackle by Bossy, number 37. They'll probably gain 5 on the play.
Matt, what you got over there?
Well, you know, they have run Mitchell as a backup tailback to Wilson at 23. We saw Wilson get hurt, and he has yet to return to the field, the fine freshman running back for the Yellow Jackets. All right, now 10's back in the game. They've gone to 18. Mitchell, number 10 for Oxford, is just a specimen. We've seen him at tailback. We've seen him at linebacker. We've seen him at safety. That's the reason he just inked with Vandy.
Isn't that back in the day we called that slash?
That's right. Dobbins, number 18, on that last carry. Here comes Mitchell on cue, and he's just going to explode through the middle.
Wow.
And Matt Coulter with the kiss of death.
It's on me.
Matt Coulter just bragging about the exceptional athletic ability of number 10. And, man, does Mitchell make us pay. He explodes up the middle and outruns everybody for a 55-yard touchdown. Matt Coulter just bragging about the Vandy signee, and he shows you what he's capable of right there, taking it to the house.
I'm getting some bad looks from the fans over here. I'll have to duck under and get to my car here. Boy, you just saw, though, that's an athlete.
Well, Matt Coulter had talked about as the point after touchdown is up and good. Matt talked about how successful he had been at various positions tonight, and that was his biggest play of the night right after Matt talked about it.
One big thing he's got going for him is he has decent size, and he's got some wheels. Boy, when he kicked it in, there was nobody from Pell City catching him.
7:11 to go here in the fourth quarter. 28-10 Pell City. Pell City's offense made a move, and it seems like, well, it doesn't seem like, each time we've scored, Oxford's answered. And they had already scored a couple besides that. So Pell City down by 18 now. It's 28-10.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting one step forward, two steps back. Unfortunately, that defense has been on the field a lot tonight. And, you know, a lot of those guys play both ways. So they're on the field a whole lot. And, you know, they gotta be winded. I'm seeing some hands on sides right now, just a little bit on the tired side.
Yeah, Scott Elliott, you know, what was a 7-zip game, Oxford at the half, as we've seen the scoring pick up, and the Pell City offense has played better. They've put 10 on the board, but Oxford's put 3 more scores up on the scoreboard. That kick's going to just go out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. That'll bring it out to the 35 on the penalty. Teams obviously have taken notice of guys like Kentrell Borden and especially Carlos Herring. Herring has 2 return touchdowns in the kicking game this year. 1 called back, 1 stood last week. He's very explosive in the return game. Borden, a pretty good athlete as well.
Yeah, he definitely has some speed on him if he gets in the open field. Need to see what Smith's got here there at wide out, far left side.
Marquise Bedford to his side. Baylor in the shotgun. Baylor coming off the 35-yard touchdown pass to Caleb Gross. Snap to Baylor. Baylor looking downfield again. And looked like a timing route where Caleb Gross was supposed to take off at the last second, but again, a miscommunication of some sort.
One thing that Baylor Smith had in his face was he had some big uglies in his face. They were coming after him, and they are a little bit on the taller side, a little bit taller than Baylor, and so he was having some issues seeing over them.
Trips up top, a single set receiver down low. Again, it's Bedford right beside Baylor Smith to his left. Baylor takes a snap. He's going to drop back. He's looking downfield. It's a screen set up across the middle, and Bedford takes it, but the last guy that was unblocked, number 7 for Oxford, is going to sneak in there and grab an ankle. I thought we had the screen set up. Adam's going to let us take a look here on the replay. Set up with the blockers in front, but they just didn't catch 7, and he's going to come around the tail end and make that play. 3rd and 6. And I imagine we'll see Pell City in 4 downs here, possibly. Let's see if we can get it on 3rd down and take that out of the equation. Baylor Smith
have to hurry down to 5 seconds.
Running back to his side, 2 down low, 2 up top. He's going to drop back. He's going to fire it on the wide receiver screen, and it just doesn't develop. Caleb Gross hit, but we do have some laundry on the field. Let's see what the call is. It's going to be a hold against Pell City. So not only was the play blown up, but the penalty was against us. And I imagine Oxford may be content just to decline this penalty, being that it'll bring up 4th down. Let's see what the white hat says.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and back them up.
Wow.
Kind of different. I would have challenged Pell City there to get 8 yards on 4th down.
So we'll replay third down. It's going to back the football all the way back to the 27-yard line where it'll be 3rd and 18. Final 6 minutes of the game. Pell City trailing Oxford 28-10. Baylor Smith, as he has been all night, in the shotgun. Bedford beside him. 2 receivers up top, 2 down low. Baylor dropping back. He's going to cut to his right. He's just going to take off running, get what he can, and fight through some contact, still on his feet, and he gets about 5 out to the 32.
Yeah, that was some tough yards for him to get there. He got stood up not once but twice and pounded on a little bit. Pell City looks like they're going to have to punt this time because it's going to be 4th and 14.
Yeah, I think after the penalty, whether Pell City, they may have not been considered going forward on a 4th and 6, but definitely backed up inside their 35. They're going to kick it away. Blackstone gets a low snap this time. He will get it off. High end over end kick. It's going to be caught at the 37 where the return man will dive down there, where it'll be 1st and 10 Oxford.
Yeah, Pell City player down right now on the 35. I can't see who that is.
That's Kentrell Borden, and I think he's been dealing with a cramping issue. Kid's played both ways all night, plays cornerback, plays wide receiver in the return game. Obviously, he's on special teams covering a punt, and I think he's just dealing with some cramping.
Matt, us older folks, we know about that kind of cramping, don't we?
He just plays one of our captains tonight. He just plays so hard. And he came out and, of course, water, Gatorade, Powerade, whatever they got. You guys nailed it. He's just cramping up. You play so hard. Do y'all remember a long time ago, we used to drink pickle juice. Y'all remember that? Am I just dreaming?
Yes, I do remember that. I still do it. I'm not afraid to drink some pickle juice, maybe some mustard, whatever it takes. Fight the cramps. Maybe that's just old timers. I don't know. All right, Oxford from the shotgun, running back up the middle. Big hit by Bossy, but he's going to bounce off, and he's going to drag some defenders across midfield down to the 45.
Takes a 2-yard gain into a 15-yard gain, 16-yard gain.
See on the replay here, number 9, I thought he was going to get stood up by Bossy, but just not able to wrap him up. He spins out of the tackle, and that's a tired Panther defense now. They weren't playing like that in the first and second quarters as Oxford drags it across to the 45-yard line. Clock will stop for the chains to move. Now the clock rolling again, and Oxford just wanting to use as much time as possible here. Hopefully we just get both teams into the locker room and on the buses with no injuries as we go under 5 minutes. Number 9 again on the right side of that Oxford offensive line. Hunter Otwell on the tackle for Pell City. Number 9, Nick Merriweather, the running back, 5'11", 190 for the Yellow Jackets.
I think I just saw someone going into the tent area there for Pell City. Not sure who it was.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Kentrell Borden. I think he's just out of gas and cramped up from being on the field all night long for Pell City. I see Caleb Gross playing corner down here. We're under 4 minutes now. Going to be another running play to 9 again. Merriweather, he's going to break a tackle. Going to break another tackle before he's drugged down by Caleb Gross at the 27-yard line. And, folks, what happens when you're tired? You miss tackles.
On a hold there,
A little bit of a hold right there.
Yeah, there was tackle right there.
That was a hold for sure. Ref's tired too, I suppose.
Tired of throwing the hankies out. They've thrown them out a whole bunch tonight.
I've always argued that it's hard to tackle when you're being tackled. Just one of my rules of football. Starting quarterback for Oxford, still in there. 28-10. Robertson takes the snap from the shotgun. He's going to hand it off. 18 looking for a hole. He finds it. Some missed tackles again there by Pell City. It's just a really tired defense, folks. Not tackling the way we were tackling earlier.
Looks like Pell City is going to call a timeout.
Some of these running backs we're seeing for the Jackets are freshmen. Dobbins is a freshman as well. Got a break in the action. We're going to keep it here.
But you do have to admit the best arms on the field tonight have been the referees, because they've had to throw them and throw them and throw them. And Matt says that we're into double digits penalties on Oxford. And Pell City hasn't had quite that many, but the times that they have had the penalties, it's been very destructive.
I think that we're probably close to 20 total here. And it's taken its toll because the game has been extended because of that. And we've got 2 players on the sideline that are cramped up right now. And like you said, fatigue, man, it sets in. You miss tackles. Sometimes you don't square up. You can get hurt easier when you're tired. It's 28-10. This is one where you just kind of get the clock out and let's get back to the lake.
Absolutely. Going to give you a scoring update right here. In the fourth quarter, Springville is up on Scottsboro 21-6. Looks like Springville's going to cruise to a win right there.
Scott Elliott giving us a scoring update. Remember, next week we're on the road again. Calera down in Shelby County. We'll be facing the Eagles, I believe it is, of Calera. Tough one tonight, 28-10, and I agree with Matt Coulter. Just these are the kind you just want the clock to. It can't go fast enough. Yes, nothing good's going to happen from here.
Pell City's going to need to look at this replay, look at some of the tapes, some of the mistakes that's made as far as the penalty-wise that's really hurt them, and try and regroup for next week at Calera.
No question. No question about it. Dobbins, the carrier for Oxford. He'll be held for relatively no gain. Riley Searle still out there busting heads for the Panthers. He's had a nice game.
Fourth down, looks like Oxford is just going to try and run the clock out and not score if they can get the first down.
About to go under 2 minutes. Shotgun formation for Robertson. It's going to be a straight handoff to number 9, Merriweather. Man, his legs are fresh. Pell City defense looks tired. Merriweather says, I want to put up some stats. And he just fires through the middle there. You'll watch it here on the replay. Handoff, big hole. Only contact by his own offensive lineman before number 37, Bossy, grabs a hold. Tough running for the Yellow Jackets. We're under 2 minutes, but the clock can't run fast enough. Oxford might be trying to tack another one on here against their rival up by 20. Number 9 going to bounce off a tackler and be held right there. Now, if it's Nick Saban, Bama's not going to score. Can't say about the Oxford coach. We'll see what Oxford does here.
Depends on who they're playing. If they're playing Florida like tomorrow, he'll pile it on them.
I hope Bama does pile it on him tomorrow. About to go under a minute before this next snap. Oxford up 28-10, but second down, and goal to go from the 3. Taking the snap. Again, it's Merriweather. This time he's going to be able to push through and get into the end zone. So under a minute, Oxford's going to put up their 5th touchdown of the game and 4th in the second half. We were 7-0 at the half, and what you see here on this replay is a tired Panther defense that has spent the majority of the second half on the field as Oxford gets set for the PAT. 51 seconds left, 34-10. Kick is up and good, 35-10.
All right, we're going to go to a break right now in the action right here with 51 seconds to go. You're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River.
Thinking about buying your first home? Then Coosa Valley Mortgage can help you unlock the door to home ownership with first-time home buyer programs that can put you in the home of your dreams. Conventional, FHA, USDA, VA, or construction perm options. Call 205-884-2665 or visit CoosaValleyMortgage.com to see what Coosa Valley Mortgage can do for you. Coosa Valley Mortgage, we've got you covered.
Equal housing lender, NMLS 198757.
Since 1989, Metro Bank has continued to build on the philosophy of friendly, caring bankers that work to meet the needs of everyone in the community. Whether it's personal or business checking, investment accounts, consumer and commercial lending, home mortgages, equity lines of credit, and more, Metro Bank would love the opportunity to serve you. Come home to us. Metro Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back to live action here in Pell City. Oxford and Pell City. Pell City return man bobbles the ball. He's going to be brought down at the 10-yard line. 43.3 seconds left to go. Be first and 10, Pell City.
All right, we're going to go down to our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter, Matt Coulter. Matt, what you got over there?
First of all, I have truly enjoyed it. We'll be talking with Coach. You guys will here in just a minute. And I'm going to wrap this thing up by saying, take a knee.
I certainly agree with you there, Matt. And we appreciate you as always. Did another great job tonight. Just a tough one for the Panthers. We thought for the first time in a while we had a real opportunity to come in here and play Oxford tough. As looks like Bedford's going to take it around right in. Nope, that's Adarius. Sorry about that, number 28. Adarius Burton. Clock goes under 30 seconds, but we appreciate you, Matt Coulter, doing a fine job. Just a tough loss for Pell City tonight.
I had a blast, guys.
Pell City doesn't have to run another play.
I don't think Coach is going to let him run another play.
That'd be for the best.
No sense in taking a chance on somebody getting hurt.
And that'll be the final few ticks off the clock. Oxford a victor tonight over our Panthers, 35-10. What was a really close game at the half, Oxford was able to kind of open up the lead there in the second half.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting ride back home. I'm sure that the coaches are going to sit in the film room and figure out what woes we had as far as penalties go, and that it cost us a lot. I mean, Oxford had a lot of penalties on their own, but they bent and didn't break. But unfortunately, Pell City ended up taking the brunt of that.
Okay, you're listening to Panther Football on 94.1 The River. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll have the interview with Coach.
When fire and water threaten your home, hand the cleanup over to the team that stays with you every step of the way in your journey back. ServPro, like it never even happened.
At Pell City Internal and Family Medicine, we provide a full range of healthcare solutions for all of your family members, from newborns to senior adults, with our board-certified physicians and medical professionals. Established in 2012, Dr. Barry Collins, Dr. Rick Jatani, and Dr. Alinka Presakaru are here to serve your medical needs now and into the future. Open 7 days a week at 41 Eminence Way in Pell City. Call 205-884-9000 or pcifm.com.
Looking for a little more comfort in your life? Don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. And at Allen Service Company, they'll show you the full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems. Turn to the experts at Allen Service Company, where financing is available, subject to credit approval. Call 205-338-2311, 205-338-2311, or visit online at allenservicecompany.com.
Discover the Diversicare difference at Diversicare Pell City, where we are a respected provider of post-acute healthcare services. Whether your medical needs are short-stay rehabilitation, complex medical care, or long-term care, Diversicare Pell City has a comprehensive team that is trained to administer high-quality healthcare. If you would like to learn more about Diversicare Pell City, call 205-338-3329 or visit diversicareofpellcity.com.
The Territorium Haunted House and Amusements dares you to come visit. Come brave the twisted corridors of the Territorium. But beware if you do. If you're too scared, come ride the Big Eli Ferris wheel or the Haunted Castle Dark Ride. Look us up on Facebook. The Territorium Haunted House and Amusements in downtown Oxford. Scare if you dare.
Okay, welcome back to Oxford, Alabama, and Lamar Field, where Oxford has just defeated the Pell City Panthers 35-10. We're going to speak with Coach Wayne Lee for Pell City in just a moment. Scott, this one was a tough one.
This was a tough one at the half. It looked like, hey, we're in a position to where we can do something. Only down 7-0 to a traditional powerhouse in Oxford, and we come out. We're able to get a field goal to start the third quarter, and then we'd make a mistake. Oxford would take it and take advantage of it, and it just literally the ball did not bounce our way tonight. Referring to the kickoff that we gave away.
Yeah, it was at a time in the game where Pell City was possibly in position to make a move, and that kind of really began the snowball, if you will, of Oxford pulling away. We had a 7-3 game after that field goal. Oxford makes it 14-3, and then the pooch kick that just wasn't fielded correctly. Got to learn that we can come up and fair catch that. Can't let it hit the ground. It's a live ball. Oxford gets it. Even though we tack on a touchdown late, by that point we're already down 21-3. So 21-10, and then they put a couple of more up on us for a 35-10 game. For a score that sounds that lopsided, really was a close game through three quarters.
It was. It was a really good game through about halfway through the third quarter. Pell City had the opportunities to go ahead, take the lead, and like I said, the ball just didn't bounce our way. And even though Oxford did continuously make mistakes as far as throwing the ball to the left side, the quarterback would underthrow just a little bit. And we're going to go down to Coach here right now.
Hey, Coach, do you have us okay?
Yes, I got you, Lance.
All right, we appreciate you joining us as always. Hey, Coach, it was a 7-3 game halfway through the third quarter. I know it wasn't the results you wanted, and I also was seeing you talk to your team there. Can you share anything with us that you talked to the guys right there about?
Yeah, I'm usually going to try to tell them we're going to take some positives from the game, and there's some things we did good, but right now I don't know what that is. We didn't play with any enthusiasm in that second half. We didn't play with any urgency right there. We're flopping around the field out here like we hurt and everything else. We just didn't get it all together tonight. We were playing, like you said, for 3.5 quarters, we played pretty solid defense. And then we botch a kickoff right there. They get good field position there. Then we hold them out and then turn around and we fumble and they go score. And it just, that snowball started rolling downhill and we couldn't get it stopped.
Exactly, Coach. This is Scott Elliott. Hey, just wanted to ask you about one thing that I've noticed that may have accelerated that was some of the penalties. What do you have to do to address some of those penalties?
Yeah, stop doing them. I mean, it's the holdings on the screens and stuff out there. I mean, you got to move your feet. You got to get out there and make your block. The holdings. the punt team right there. I mean, you got to be a little more disciplined on that right there, get lined up on the ball. I mean, we get 3 straight offsides penalties on the ball right there. Just, unexcusable stuff right there that we got to quit doing. I mean, this game, I have no idea. Y'all can probably tell me more. I mean, there was probably 25 penalties in the game tonight.
A lot of flags, Coach. They're both sides. There were Oxford in the first half. I mean, they put maybe double figures up on penalties. But, listen, we appreciate you as always, and we're looking forward to seeing Pell City bounce back and face Calera next week.
Oh, yes, sir. You'll see a different team next week.
Thank you, Coach.
Uh-huh.
All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it from Oxford, Alabama. It's a tough night for Pell City. Region 7, 6A loss. Finals 35-10. For Scott Elliott up here doing color tonight, Matt Coulter, our sideline reporter, everybody in a different seat. I was doing play-by-play for Adam Stocks, who was video producing tonight, and Michael Stocks on camera, and I'll be glad to take my seat back next week. This play-by-play stuff, it's not as fun as I thought it might be, Adam. Anybody got any other comments?
Well, don't we have to get a player of the game?
Yes. Okay. Wow. That's a tough one. Player of the game on a night like tonight. Nominations? Stocks shakes his head no.
I'm going to say Gross. Yeah, Gross got a touchdown. Let's go with that.
Why not? It was the bright spot. We're going to look at it right here. Caleb Gross for 6. Blown coverage. Baylor Smith drops back. I think he's going to Gross no matter what. Gross throws the hand up, though, and saying, I'm going to be wide open. Indeed he is. Catches it at the 10, strolls in. Might not have an easier touchdown in his high school career, and that's a kid that may have a few more of those coming. So Caleb Gross is our Metro Bank player of the game. And, Adam, if you don't have anything else or any other instructions, we're gonna wrap it up. Okay, well, we appreciate y'all. We'll be in Calera next week. Thank